Okay. You are now tuned into the Blanime podcast.
A mulberry is a tree, Kuwabara is a man, and I'll prove it. This world shall know pain.
Welcome to the Blanime podcast.
True's dad. Well, when we find out later, that's who he is. And I knew once she popped up at his stuff or whatever in Antarctica, I was like, okay, that's why she popping up. That must be her daddy. But initially, I was like, this is just like two different storylines. I was like, I don't even think he has anything to do with the rest of it. Is it a book? Is it based off a book or?
No, it's a movie.
Okay.
It's based off comics. So the Watchmen are actually part of. They're part of DC, like Batman and all that shit. Yeah, and then on top of that, so do you remember when the Watchmen movie came out? Like when we were kids. I'm gonna have to show you the fucking movie poster. So the movie came out when we were kids, and it's literally the same universe, same timeline as the movie. But it's just current. It's just present day. So the FBI lady is
Blake.
Yeah, Blake is the daughter of two of the people in the movie, and it's literally the right time period. Like, like they kept it consistent. Like, let me see, Watchmen movie. It came out in 2009. Okay, so yeah, we weren't in kids. We were about to graduate. So yeah, 2009.
Is it on Netflix?
No, I doubt it. I'd have to look. It's probably on HBO, but I don't know if you can just see that fucking glare. But anyway, the Watchmen movie, it came, like I said, it came out in 2009. And so Owlman, Rorschach, Blake's mama, which I can't remember what she was, fucking Mr. Manhattan's in there, the Dr. Manhattan rather. All them niggas are in there. But
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
Let's see, Rorschach, Dr. Manhattan, Night Owl, Ozzy Man is that crazy ass nigga. Like his younger self was in that movie. Yeah, but that movie was weird itself, and then the show was even weirder. You know the way they did it, but it was still good enough. It was still like a decent weird.
Yeah, it was.
I'm just mad there's not gonna be a season 2.
I know. I was like, I could have really went with a season 2. They really could have done something to make.
I want to see Regina King as Dr. Manhattan so bad.
I know. They could at least showed her walking on the. Is she actually walking on the water or not?
Just turn blue or some shit. Like just something. Give me something. Fucking egg.
Bruh. And then the little stuff like that, I was like, I'm glad they showed that. Like it made sense. But I'm like, I would have been frustrated with him too. Like, nigga, you telling me we finna do all this stuff, but you ain't really telling me. Like, you know everything that's gonna happen, but you're trying not to tell me. But
he literally knew. He literally told her everything, and he was like, you know, it's literally like he was experiencing that shit as it was happening. I'm like, bro, that shit's wild. Like that whole concept, the time that he in is just crazy. Like
it's hard for people. I don't know if I've seen it in another TV show. I know anime, it's kind of hard. It's very rare to see people kind of do that whole time travel or like time relativity stuff correctly. But I did like how they did it in that.
I want like some Steins Gate shit.
Yes, that and that's what I was gonna say. It kind of gives you that. But when Angela she was like, "Am I the one who caused all of this?" Because she asked him about you. I was like, damn, you really did.
You damn near did, yeah.
You really fucking did. That shit was crazy. I'm glad I watched it, though. I'm glad. So Hulu kept it on the whole time. I thought Hulu was going to take it off. Yeah, I thought they were going to take it off after Juneteenth weekend or Juneteenth. I thought it was only.
I thought it was only the week. I told you. I think I told you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still on there.
I thought that I remember reading that they said they was gonna have it on there the whole weekend. So I don't know if I just had it wrong or they extended it or what. But I'm glad I gave my parents my Hulu password so they could keep watching this shit. So
yeah, so they'll be able to watch it. It's still on there. It's still on there.
Yeah,
I meant to tell you that. I forgot. I don't even think I tweeted about it just because I was trying to understand. I was like, I don't really have time to tweet.
You really can't like look away because you're gonna miss some important shit.
I was rewinding so much. I was like, what the fuck did I like? What did I do? What am I missing?
Yeah. And then you say, well, I guess we'll talk about it in current watches and everything because I know you say you've been watching. What'd you say Banana Fish?
Banana Fish.
I really got to ask you questions about that because
Yes, you do. Oh, okay. I can't wait to talk about it. Oh my gosh, that actually made it. I can't tell. It's in my top 10.
I saw you tweet that, and I was like,
I took some stuff out of my top 10 for it.
Wow.
And I haven't touched my top 10 in a long time.
Yeah,
that's the first time this year that I've touched it.
That's crazy. Well, I'm excited to talk about that because it went all the way in your top 10. That's crazy.
Yeah. When I explain it, you're gonna be like, I might have to give this a chance.
Bro, I'm so tired of these fucking flies, man.
It's ridiculous.
So now, like the fruit flies are gone. Now there's big fucking horse flies in here. I don't know how. I don't know how they got in here.
And damn June bugs.
I've killed 2 since I've gotten home, and I just saw a third one flying around, and I killed 2 yesterday. So I'm like, bro, where are y'all coming from?
I don't, bro. So it's true, flies only live for 24 hours, right? But they lay eggs.
Shit, I don't know.
I've heard that when I was little, but I'm like, bro. I'm like, you can't tell me the same fly being here day in and day out, bro. Like I must be missing them when they coming in the door with me, like, and only be like 1.
It's probably true though, cause like the 2 that I killed last night, like them motherfuckers ain't put up no kind of fight. Like I slapped their ass with my fucking slide and they were done for. Like they didn't even move. They didn't even make it out the wall before I got their ass. I was like, bro. Here this bitch go. Like, I just backhanded that one right there, and I know he's still alive. But yeah, I don't know. Fuck these flies, man. I'm really like, I'm gonna be at home by myself tomorrow, and I'm really gonna like kill all the ass and find the root of this fucking issue because this summer shit is getting annoying now. Like these bugs are alive now.
They are. You know what's funny? There are a lot of flies. Like in Cedar Hill, like my dad had a thing in his backyard, like that like catches flies. I don't even know. It was like this.
The jar thing?
With like no, it's like a jar with like this liquid in it, and the flies would like fly into it, and then once he would get to a certain amount, he would just close it and let them suffocate, and then like pour them out and like keep catching them. And then Chad's parents said the same thing. Is like a lot of flies in Cedar Hill, so I was like, okay, it's everywhere. Because initially I was like, I thought we just were seeing a lot of flies over here, but I'm like, everybody's complaining about flies this summer. I feel like I haven't just seen flies like this in a long time.
Yeah, because I set the apple cider vinegar traps for the fruit flies, and that worked because I think I've trapped at least 4 or 5 of the fruit flies, and I haven't really seen those lately. But now the fucking big bitches are out, so I don't know. Like
things be looking like, ooh.
I'm sick of it. Sip. Synced up on that sip. But yeah, we mad off topic. So yeah, this is 79 of the Blanime podcast. And we're in the second half of the year officially. So
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so this episode is gonna be very, very special. We're doing one of our very few review episodes. I think this is the first review episode we've had since Cannon Busters, if I remember correctly.
That
was like a damn near year ago.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
With Keith and Janice.
Been a minute.
Shout out to them.
Right, this is gonna be fun. It has been a while since we did a full review. I'm excited. Yeah,
and I want to go episode by episode, so I'll read the synopsis and we'll kind of talk about the episode, and then we can go from there and sum it all up at the end. It's only 13 episodes, so yeah, we'll go episode by episode. But before we get all to that shit, so my wife Megan dropped her song "Girls in the Hood," and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm kind of mad at it.
Why?
Because out of all motherfuckers she dropped on a song, out of all anime references she dropped the fucking Sasuke. Reference. Not even just the Naruto, it got to be a Sasuke reference too. Like,
I think she knows that it's so popular that people will actually catch it.
I don't like her giving fuel to the Naru niggas. I'm surprised I didn't have to deal. I'm surprised I didn't hear from Ben or Herman after this shit.
Have they listened to the song yet?
That's true. They might not listen to the song either, but I'm just like,
because I literally went to listen to it because I always go and listen to Meg stuff, but I'm not one of those ones who like as soon as she drops, I gotta go hear it. So when I want to say Black Girls Anime and maybe somebody, so she tweeted something and then I seen the retweet. Meg put like, my anime fans will catch that Naruto bar. And I was like, okay, let me see what it is. If it's like that catchable, because I was like, I wonder if it was like very catchable. And then I heard it. I smiled a little bit, but I was like, Sasuke out of all them niggas. I agreed. I was like,
speaking of which, I got it. I can play it right now, actually, matter of fact. So we can actually, so for those that haven't heard it, we can let them hear it. Let me see.
Real bitches back when I check my protector. They call me patty cake cause the way that ass shakes. I'ma make them eat me out while I'm watching anime. Pussy like a wild fox looking for a Sasuke. One night with them, make them lose it like a palm day.
I was cool with the pussy eating and anime part, but then the wild fox and Sasuke, I was like, all right, bro. You couldn't throw an Ichigo bar in there. You couldn't, it had to be Sasuke.
I wish she could have used somebody else. Even Madara.
I would have been okay with Madara because Madara beat a lot of niggas' ass before he got out of there.
Did. But it's cool that she put it in there because a lot of people, especially, since she used one of the ones from the big three, it's like people who aren't even that deep into it or just like kind of casual anime fans, they can appreciate like, oh, she shouted out something like she shouted out the community in a way, pretty much. But I was like, oh, Sasuke.
Get Sasuke the fuck out of here.
That nigga be getting mad love, bro.
I'm sick of it.
He be getting mad love.
One-armed bitch. Anyway. Yeah. So yeah, that was small news that came out that dropped last night at midnight. I didn't stay up for it, so I heard it today.
Same.
I heard it probably about 30 minutes ago.
I'm dead. When I seen them tweets, I was like, let me go check it out and see what they talking about. Yeah, but
off that nigga Sasuke, but shout out to Meg, I still love you. But it's a real nigga's birthday today. It's actually a few real niggas' birthdays today. Happy birthday to my nigga Kubo. Kubo's the maker of Bleach. And Bleach stands, we still move. We coming in less than a year now. We still fucking move.
We still move.
It is Britt's birthday too. You saw that. So my nigga Britt.
Happy birthday, Britt. We love you. Sorry that your 25th is stuck in the house. That sucks. But next year we'll make up for it.
I can't believe Britt been 24 this whole time. I was like,
yeah, I definitely thought that she was more. I really thought she was more like I thought she was already at 25-ish. I thought she was like maybe like 26. Because she acts way more mature than me. So I just kind of assumed that she was a little older than 25. But she doesn't look like it. She looks like a little baby.
Britt been young as hell this whole time.
She's so mature. I wish I was that mature.
Except when she's slandering me. And you are mature. Hush.
To a certain degree.
Yeah, the only time you're not mature is when you be shitting on your own voice.
Bro, I do sound like a little boy, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay, Mel Flanagan, voice of Naruto. If you say so.
Believe it. I'm serious. It's history behind that too. Yeah, I do sound like a little boy. But happy birthday, Britt. I really hate that her birthday, like, especially with everything, phases stopping and stuff being closed again. I'm like, this is the wrong day. Bro,
I really be like, bro, I'm really gonna turn 30 this year, and my shit gonna be quarantine like a bitch. Like,
why? If it make you feel any better, Mikey, mine is January, and I'm same boat because I don't see shit get no better by January.
Hey, the way Abbott roll, we're gonna be in quarantine for a good 3-4 years from now. Like, this nigga's so dumb.
In and out of quarantine.
That shit.
In and out.
That nigga's horrible. And now he want to recall, all the bars and shit. Like, bro, I told you, me and Jen went to fucking Greenville Avenue, and bro, it was so many fucking white people outside in these bars, not masked up, like just out here kicking it. I'm like, bro, we're still in a pandemic right now.
And that's the part, like, I was really arguing with somebody. I ain't gonna say their name. I wouldn't say arguing. We both had like kind of a similar perspective, just two different ways. But my thing was, we know that, especially Americans, we don't give a fuck. Well, I ain't gonna say we. There's a lot of people in America that just don't care about the next person, bro. So at some point, the government has to put stuff in order and protocols and stuff to have people save themselves, because most people aren't going to save themselves or their neighbor or the next person just because they don't give a fuck enough to do that. So, yeah, we shouldn't have opened that fast. If he would have kept us quarantined up until at least after Memorial Day weekend, so if he would have kept everything shut down till the beginning of this month, we probably wouldn't be seeing as much of a... we would definitely probably still be in the same boat, but I don't think it would be as bad. You have to, Memorial Day weekend, people were protesting and stuff, but like Memorial Day weekend, I was like, what? Like, so everything's back to normal? Like, that's not okay.
And no, nigga, what tripped me fucking out was motherfucking 45 thought that just because it was gonna be hot outside, shit was the heat was gonna kill the virus. Nobody want to call him on this shit, bro. Like that nigga was like, "Oh yeah, when it gets hot, the heat's gonna fucking kill the virus and shit."
And
but mind you,
everybody was going with that shit.
And then mind you, the hottest fucking states right now got the highest numbers of COVID right now,
bro. And the crazy thing is, I'm almost like, is this like a? I know they're saying it's like a SARS virus, it's like the flu virus, but it's like, is it really a flu virus? Because the flu dies down because people are out and about, so people still catch it, but it's just you don't see it as much. But this shit is not like dying down like the flu. So it's like, is it really like a flu virus? Like they had this week, they added new symptoms.
I saw that. I didn't read it because I didn't even want to scare myself.
It was like diarrhea, nausea, and like maybe congestion or something. And I was like, at this point, it sounds like everything you can get. Like,
sound like me after I'm hungover.
I was like, dude, you just don't even. You just gotta be careful.
Yeah. So in conclusion, fuck Trump, and fuck Abbott. That's where we at.
That part.
The nigga's about to ruin my 30th birthday in a few months. Like I'm over it. I'm literally. I'm less than 3 months away at this point now.
And it's crazy because everybody else in the world big kicking it now. They got everything under control. They chilling. We the only assholes looking stupid.
Y'all can't sit y'all fast asses down.
Breaking record after record after
being
record.
Fast.
They gonna learn. They are going to learn.
But anyway, once again, all these Skittles are good. I'm eating Jennifer Skittles. I hope she don't wake up. I bought them though, so it's okay. Once again, this is episode 79 of the Blanime podcast. I am the usual bald-headed host, Unbothered Mike, aka Light Skin Jiren, aka Trillin, aka One Hunch Man, aka Master Hoshi, and Nae. I ain't even thinking.
The part of the podcast.
Wait, so I'm the non-wholesome part?
No, you're wholesome too, but since you said I'm more wholesome.
You the wholesomest person I know. So yes, the wholesome Nezuko. I'm just gonna be basic and give you Nezuko today.
That's fine. Nezuko the Stallion.
Yeah. I'm joined with Nezuko the Stallion, aka the non-demon Nezuko.
You see that today? I was crying. I was like,
yeah, you was like, sometimes I was like, no, the fuck, she not.
Because I was like, I wasn't expecting anybody to actually be like, you're a demon. I was like,
I feel like he was trying you, but I just wasn't here for it. I wasn't gonna allow that to happen if I seen it go further.
Oh God, no.
Yeah. That's the one time I'll be bothered on the timeline is if somebody's pushing up on Nae.
That would actually be weird.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that doesn't happen.
No, remember when I put that fucking gif of you from like when we were at Papados that one time?
I don't think, did people realize that was me? I think okay, because that was so long ago. First of all, I wish I was that small again. I miss those days. Oh, we were so drunk that day.
25-year-old Mike and Nae, man, everybody that day at Papados. That was some fun times.
That was. You know they closed, right?
What? Oh, Papados?
That Papados is temporarily closed.
That Papados needs to be shut down indefinitely.
It does, but I guess they had some people that had coronavirus, so it's temporarily closed.
Well, shit, they already got deaths on their hands, by bullet wounds. So
multiple at that.
That's me and they worked at the hoodest Papados this side of the Mississippi.
No cap, like that is like so serious. That is the most ghetto podcast, most ghetto Papados ever, and we both. We could literally do a Patreon episode about some of our experiences up there, because I almost fought this table full of women one day. They was like our age. They had me fucked up one night.
And they got this 90-year-old granny drunk.
Oh, she threw up at the bar. That was so gross.
I seen one of our old ex-classmates throw a glass across the dining room. Like, it was just real bad.
Yes. Oh, you weren't working there when Jamal. You probably don't even know Jamal. Jamal got jumped in cocktail one night trying to serve drinks. That shit was crazy as hell. Because Clayton was still working there. Oh my gosh, that shit was so crazy. That was funny as hell.
In conclusion, we worked at a very hood Papados that had a lot of hood niggas and
that would come from Applebee's.
Yes. But anywho, man, let's get into the shit. Yes. So welcome to the show, everybody. Round of applause for yourself and the Patreon listeners. All the producers, all the new people. Shout out to y'all. We almost done with another month. And
we appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you guys the most, yes. And shout out everybody had a birthday today too. My nigga Courtney had a birthday today. And he doesn't listen, but he does watch anime. So shout out to Courtney. Cool. So current watches. You want me to go or you want to go?
I'll go. Did you start last week?
I feel like I did last week.
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah. So
I'll go through some quick stuff. I'll name the ones that I watched and then I'll go in detail about most of them. So I finished Scum's Wish this week. Or I might have finished it like we recorded Saturday and I finished it Saturday evening.
Okay.
That shit was crazy. I watched Banana Fish. Banana Fish is officially in my top 10 now, guys. I absolutely love it. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail. I'm going to go back to it. Finished Tower of God this week, which is going to be our review episode. So we'll talk about that a little later. I started Platoon.
I'm so proud of you for finally watching Platoon.
That shit is dark.
I told you like a year ago, I was like, watch Platoon.
But that's almost too dark for me.
Really?
Episode 2, that fat dude trying to break. Oh my gosh, that like was so disturbing. Oh, but and then the last one, I picked up a couple episodes of Hunter x Hunter. So I now know how.
I forgot you were watching Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, because I haven't watched in a while. So I know officially how the Queen Chimera Ant created like the human-like Chimera ants. So that's where I'm at right now. So I think the next episode that I'll pick up, I think his name is Kite, which was when they were trying to find Ging. Yeah, I think he realizes it, or he's gonna say something and they'll probably, go from there. Scum's Wish, quick rundown on that. I told y'all that shit was crazy, and it was a lot of, they said that the characters in Domestic Girlfriend were horny. No. Scum's Wish, they were horny. I need Chris to tell me what he thought about it, because I don't know if he's finished it or not yet. I know he was watching it, but they were really just trying. So I'm make a long story less long. It was 2 students, and I talked about it a little bit last week. 2 students, they were both in love with their teachers. And the teachers kind of start dating. So because they couldn't date their teachers, of course, they start dating each other to like fill the void of them not being able to date their teacher. But everybody started sleeping around. So the teacher was a hoe, bro. The teacher was a whole hoe. So like, she basically she liked attention from men. So if you gave her any attention, she was going to give it to you and throw you to the side when she was done. So she started sleeping with the little boy eventually. Yes, like it was too much. Then the girl, she was like, at first she didn't really want to talk to the dude. They didn't really want to talk to each other. And then they kind of start catching feelings. Then they kind of stopped again. And then one of her girlfriends like kind of like admitted that she was in love with her. So then they started sleeping around, but then she felt bad. So she stopped sleeping with her. And then she confessed her undying love to her teacher, which she called brother because they grew up in the same like area. But he pretty much just kind of broke her down gently. And then I'm giving like a really, really quick rundown. So then she found out the girl teacher that her teacher liked, he was talking to or whatever. She found out who her boyfriend, I wouldn't even call it boyfriend, one of her flings were. So she started trying to talk to him, but it really didn't go the way she wanted to because he basically was just trying to smash, and she really wasn't trying to do that, but she was. But the lady, like I said, she started sleeping with the student, and then she went out of town with the teacher again, and she told him like basically that she ran into the other guy that she was messing around with, and he basically like blasted her and was like, she a hoe dog, like you can keep messing with her if you want to, but she a thotty, fam, and kept going. And she was like, he right, I'm a slut. And the teacher, he didn't even care. He took her, they finished their date, they slept together, and then he asked her to marry him, and she said yes, and then they ended up getting married. That was a quick rundown. Yes, that shit was drama filled.
Nah,
I'm a problematic whore.
All right.
Shout out to Kasha.
I am so dead. If there's any more that are similar to that, y'all, like the domestic girlfriend, scumwish kind of, let me know because I will actually watch those.
Nay.
That it keeps me from watching Ratchet TV, which I haven't watched Love and Hip Hop and shit in a long time anyway. But to get that itch sometimes when you want to watch drama instead of watching black people, kind of put themselves, how they be looking on Love and Hip Hop. It's better to watch it on the anime and keep it pushing.
Sidebar, before we go, real quick, as you brought up fucking reality TV and shit, Rochelle and Dre came over here like 2 weeks ago. And we were having a fucking debate about Princess and Ray J, and they were like, Ray J shouldn't have pushed her in the pool. I was like, Ray J prevented himself from being pushed in the pool and pushed her instead, so he didn't initiate it. So we had a whole debate, and I was like, fuck it, I'm about to put it on. So I literally put it on YouTube and show where that nigga sidestepped Princess and then pushed her ass in there because she tried to push him first and she missed. So
they so toxic.
Shout out to Ray J for getting out of that swiftly and then gently pushing her in the pool. He didn't even shove her. He just a little quick tap and said, yeah.
He knew she was extra. They are so toxic. Oh my gosh. They were so toxic the whole time they were on Love and Hip Hop. Like from day one. It was so toxic.
I thought they got it together. Yeah.
No, I think they're divorced.
No, yeah, or getting one, yeah. But I thought they were really good together at first. Whatever. I thought the baby was gonna help him out, but whatever.
I think they had two. Oh, okay. So the next one.
Nae.
Y'all, I'm so mad that I waited this long to watch it. I am. Because it's not like you think it is. So I guess it has the title of like Boy Love. Banana Fish, yeah. It's Boy Love, but I don't know. This is my perspective. I don't know if I would say it's a boy love. So the main character, first of all, what I will say, great character development from the main character. The storyline was really good. It comes together from beginning to end. I don't think they left anything unanswered. You pretty much get the gist of everything. Each episode, like the storyline was well put together. It was a variety. The diverse characters. They had a gang that was from New York because the main character is from New York. The other main character, Edgy, was from Japan. So he had came to America on business or something. So the show is really based in New York. So they had like a Black Street gang, then they had the Chinese Street gang, then they had Ash with his gang. But Edgy and Ash had like, I wouldn't say a weird relationship. If you watch it, you think that it was possibly gonna go into like a lover thing, but really Ash started calling him Big Brother. So I think at some point it was more just like a brotherly love. But I think the boy love, I guess I could see why people think it's like a boy love, but they never really crossed the line as far as doing anything. But poor Ash, he was like 8 years old the first time he was sexually assaulted, and then by men, and he basically got like prostituted out as a kid. But the dude that like started, that made him like a sex slave was like one of the most powerful men in New York, and he kind of looked at him. It was. I'm so upset. Sorry, I don't know what's going on.
When you was talking, it just went completely frozen. I didn't know what happened.
Yes, I think we had like a glitch. Chad's on the game, and then I'm on the internet. So.
Oh, that's probably what it is. Yeah. That's okay. You good? Okay. You was talking about banana fish, and
yes, I don't even remember where I was.
You said homeboy got sexually abused when he was 8 years old.
Yeah, and then the guy. So that's probably what it cut off. So the guy that he ended up, I'm going to assume was his first abuser. Well, no, actually his first abuser was somebody who lived by him. But when he ended up basically being like a sex slave as a kid. And the guy that like pretty much took him and made him like a sex slave and kind of like a child prostitute was like he was like a very powerful, rich man in New York. And so he kind of tried to take, I guess he seen a lot of potential in him because Ash was super smart. He had like a 200 IQ. So he basically wanted to pass his empire onto him to a certain degree. So it was like a weird, Ash hated him, of course, but it was like a weird dynamic because you could tell the guy was weird. You're fucked up in your head for you to do that to a child and then actually think that you could have him take over what you have going. It's fucking weird. But basically, Banana Fish is about a kid. I guess it's a sinning because he's 17, about a guy named Ash who is the leader of a street gang. Said he kind of tried to pull away from this rich guy that was abusing him as a kid. And it shows his story of him trying to figure out what Banana Fish is. So it starts off, it shows some people like in Iraq or Afghanistan, and they're like sitting around. So it's like some soldiers sitting around talking, and then like one of their fellow soldiers like walks up and they're talking to him, but he's not really paying attention. He grabs a gun and just starts airing it out. And so one of the other guys ends up shooting him, which he thought he killed him, but turned to find out he came back. He survived. He came back to the States, and he was like in some hospital, but he was like out of it and nobody knew why. But he said right before he like lost it, Banana Fish. So the other guy's name is Max, who ends up being like a really important character in the show as well. And they're on this adventure to find out what Banana Fish is. And when they start digging into what it is, it just gets crazy. I don't want to give too much of it away because I could. But what I will say, Studio Mappa did a great job with the animation. I like the art style and the animation. Like I said, I like the diversity of the characters of the different gangs. I really enjoyed the storyline. I felt like they didn't leave any page unturned or any question unanswered. And it really came full circle. And I think that the character development in Ash was really good too, because Edgy really like helped him like kind of change his tune. So it's a great watch. I really Amazon Prime has not missed yet with their originals. So I want to say Phoenix was like, oh my gosh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And I'm like, yeah, people sleep. It's not what you think it is. So it's a quick one, 24 episodes. I definitely suggest, if you haven't watched it, if you have some downtime and you don't really think you have anything to watch it, because the storyline is really good. The action is really, really good. And Ash is cold as hell. He really is.
So while you were explaining Banana Fish, I was trying to figure out who told us to watch it like a long, long time ago. So the one who asked us to watch it originally was one of our Twitter followers _28th Aquarian. And she actually asked us on New Year's Day, like, did we ever discuss it? And I told her, I was like, damn, I forgot. I literally said I was supposed to be watching it. I forgot. So 6 months later, one of us had finally watched it. Yeah, so
I love it. It was really good. It really came full circle. The storyline is really good when you start figuring out what Banana Fish is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it gets crazy and you start seeing I don't know. It was just a lot. Like, it really was. But I felt like every episode, it was enough to keep you pulled in. Like, you really didn't know what was going to happen. It was really, really good. Really good.
And so on August of last year, I was like, what's a short anime y'all want us to review? Britt actually said Banana Fish on there is one of the ones she wanted us to review back in August of last year.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'll let you go do your deep dive into Banana Fish one of these days, and that way we can, if somebody wants to really have a conversation with it, I need to watch it. But
it's really worth it, bro. Like, I'm telling you, it's not what you think it is. Because, like I said, I know, like, I've heard, I know somebody said it was like a boy love. And so when I was thinking, I was like, oh, it's probably like a slice of life kind of thing. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, maybe it's like a slice of life. No, that's not it. It's an action. I would say it's an action, psychological thriller, maybe mystery. And I only say that because they're trying to figure out some shit. So I might say a little bit of mystery, but it's definitely like an action. I would say first and foremost, it's an action, and then probably a psychological thriller.
And they tell
but
them
it's not. Oh, it's on Amazon Prime, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Prime. And when I say psychological thriller, I don't necessarily mean like a supernatural kind of thing, but like it gets dark. And so I think I kind of said that to somebody on the timeline this week. I was like, just fair warning, it gets kind of dark. So hearing about like sexual assault and stuff like that, if that's something that's touchy for you and it hits home, I definitely if you're not comfortable watching it, I would suggest not to watch it. But it really was well written. So I definitely enjoyed it. It was so good. Oh my gosh. I'm going to rewatch it again one day. Like, that's how good it was. I was like, I will rewatch it.
And they said it's in her top 10 now. I know how high she holds everything in her top 10. So
exactly. I do not move stuff around from my top 10 very much. So
okay, real quick question. So what's better, Banana Fish or Astro Lost in Space?
For me, I would probably say, that's hard.
Yeah, I had to. I was like, let me give her a tough one then.
I think for me, I'll probably go ahead and say Astro Lost in Space.
Okay.
But you know what's funny? I don't have Astro Lost in Space in my top 10 either.
I feel like it's on mine now. I just haven't officially moved it there yet. Like, I have to relook at my top 10.
It's your top 10. I mean, both of them are very well written. The animation and stuff is great. You know what? I think it's really hard for me, only because they're like, I would say, because they're almost two different genres. Because I feel like, Astro Lost in Space is still a fantasy. So it's like, okay, it's real, but it's not real. But like when you're watching Banana Fish, that would be like you watching, I don't even know what kind of TV show.
It's a more realistic storyline.
Yes, because like I said, it's really, they're in New York, and they reference like Harlem, Central Park. I mean, so it's like when you start listening, like, oh shit, they in the States. Like, you know what I'm saying? When they start talking about timelines, and he was talking about when I said they mentioned the soldiers in Afghanistan and Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he goes to prison. He goes to jail a couple times. Like, it really was like a realistic show. They had a couple pieces of like comic relief, which was cool because for the most part it was very serious. So I did enjoy like those those moments that they did put some comic relief in there and kind of lighten up the mood a little bit. But I would say they're almost night and day. Like I said, it's so, watching Banana Fish, it's so realistic. It is just like damn, I really felt like I was watching like humans. Like,
wow.
Like I was watching like real people, because the storyline, it was just like, this shit is getting too deep. This is getting too real. Oh no, bro. Like, damn. I was like freaking out. And then the end, although it was so sad, it really was perfect. Like I said, it just came together all the way through. And I really, really enjoyed it.
It's 12 episodes?
24.
24, okay.
Really enjoyed it. Like Mikey, I would actually, you'll like it, because it has some really good action scenes in it. And like I said, Ash is cold. Like, that little nigga is a dog. Like, he's smart, he's good. And it's just, I can't even think of what show I could correlate it to right now off the top of my head that it would kind of remind you of, with just like some of the stuff they do. Like Ash, because he was wanted in the city, but he was from New York and he knew how to move in the city, he would go out, like, I wouldn't say in costume, but he would go out and he might put on glasses and, you know, kind of change up his appearance just a tad bit so he could still maneuver and do what he had to do. So it was just like one of those, like, it was always like people trying to meet up to like get information to each other, to try to figure out like what the fuck is really going on, what do they have planned type shit. Like, it was just so much. I mean, money was stolen. It was just so much. Ash is, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
All right, I'm gonna watch it since you put it in such high regard. So
it is super good. It is really, really good. It is. That was my favorite thing I watched out of everything I watched on my current watches this week. Now, like I said, I watched Platoon. That actually got a little dark for me. But I'm on.
I can't believe it was too dark for you.
It was that one part I was like, goodness, this shit is crazy. But I'm at the part, he just fought the little boy. So, and he stole his snack bag or his snack suitcase or whatever.
What did you watch Batum off of?
Hulu,
okay.
Yeah, which if I don't finish it by Wednesday, it'll be gone. But I'll probably finish it by then.
I think whenever I originally watched Batum, I think I watched it off a free site, like back in 2012 or 2013 or some shit. So I
can see that. I definitely.
But it's on Crunchyroll.
It is? Okay.
I think so. I think it is. Let me see.
I can see why you said I would like it as well, because the studio that did Death Note also did. Oh, shout out to Crystal, because I know she was watching it. The studio that did Death Note did Batum as well, and you could tell in the animation that it's very similar, because like the main character definitely looks like Light.
Yeah,
and like
he
some
does.
there were certain scenes where they did the animation style very similar, like as far as how they drew the lighting like around his face and how his reactions and stuff were like kind of sinister and stuff when he was playing the video game before everything. So question, that's not considered isekai, is it? Because that's what I meant to ask you.
No.
Okay.
Because they didn't go to another world. They just went to an island.
World. Okay.
Yeah,
I was wondering. I was like, I didn't know if that was considered that or not. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
It's actually it's dubbed and subbed on Verb. Just want to put that out there.
Oh, okay. Because I definitely am watching it sub, because it's only subbed on Hulu.
I think I watched it in dub when I originally watched it a few years ago. So yeah.
I actually didn't. Okay. Well, I might finish it in dub then.
Yeah, dubbed and sub on Verb.
Okay. I will do that. And like I said, I watched the couple episodes of Hunter x Hunter, and I'll just keep doing that, and then we gonna talk about Tower of God. So
yeah, of course we watch Tower of God. So yeah, we definitely get into Tower of God, please. Oh my God. Boom. All right, cool. So yeah, when they had a bunch of shit she watched, I didn't watch as much stuff, but I did finish Mob Psycho 100 season 2.
Ooh.
I would really, really, really enjoyed it. Nae, I think you would actually watch it. Like it's kind of like a comedy action, but it gets really deep because Mob's character growth in season 2 was phenomenal. Like he literally switched up his whole like mindset in this season 2, and all I can say is Mob is the fucking GOAT. Like he's dope as fuck. And that last fight scene, like the fucking animation on Mob Psycho damn near is top 5. It's great. It's amazing. The animation on Mob Psycho is crazy good. I did not expect it to be that good, but that shit's beautiful. Truly beautiful. Truly beautiful animation. I don't think it gets talked about enough, but like it's up there. It's up there with the fucking the Demon Slayers of the world, the fucking the Fates and all that other shit. Like the animation is beautiful in its own way. So yeah.
Was it 12 episodes for the second season too?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a quick one.
That's a quick 24 if you do season 1 and season 2.
Is there a season 3 out already?
No. Season 2 just came out last year, and they didn't have any plans for this year, I don't think, for season 3. So so we probably won't get season 3 until next year or some shit like that. If that. But it's fucking beautiful. That's all I can say. Mob is that nigga. That's all I'll say. Yeah, if you haven't seen Mob Psycho is about. Oh, excuse me, Skittles. Mob Psycho is about a psychic named Mob, and he pretty much just goes through his regular life as a psychic, and he's mad powerful. And once his emotional state reaches 100%, he goes basically like Super Saiyan God of psychics. Like he just goes crazy with his God power. But yeah, just watch Mob Psycho 100, season 1 and season 2 for sure. So yeah, I finished that. I was very happy about finishing that. I did pick up Inspector, and I'm very happy I picked it up. It's only 12 episodes on Inspector. It's about a girl that becomes like the goddess of wisdom, and she sacrifices her eye and her leg to be the goddess of wisdom. And so basically she speaks to yokai, so which is like demons or whatever. And so the friendly ones and the bad ones, she can communicate with them in the forest and everything like that. And she basically starts dating this guy who is immortal because he consumed mermaid flesh and some other creature's flesh. I can't remember what the other creature's name was. But basically he can't die because anytime something happens to him, his body will regenerate itself. And they end up teaming up with his ex-girlfriend. That shit was wild. But other than that, the story is really good so far. I'm like on episode 8, and yeah, I'm almost done. I'll be finished with it tomorrow for sure. So I definitely recommend it as of right now. So far, so good on Inspector, and I'm looking forward to finishing that. And I'll talk about the end of that next week. But
probably finish it because I got to the same. Well, no, I'm not that far, but I did start it. And like I said, it gave me Midnight Occult Civil Servant vibes. So people who have watched that, and I don't know if you would consider it like give you Bungo Stray Dog vibes either.
No.
Okay, so it definitely gave me Midnight Occult Civil Servant vibes, just because like it was very similar, like one of the characters in that, like they all could communicate or see like yokai and stuff, and it was like different stuff in that supernatural realm. I need to actually finish that. I only got to like episode 3, and then I started watching other shit.
It gets better for sure.
It's not redundant.
No, not at all. Okay. I thought it was gonna be like some Monster of the Week type shit, but it's really not. They like the main thing that they're fighting. I don't want to spoil it, but the main thing that they're fighting is literally the same thing the entire season of the show. And so there's not like no different enemy. Like they have one adversary, and that's the one that they fighting the entire time on the show. And it's more so like a mystery. It's like a mystery. If I had to put genres on it without actually looking, I'd say mystery, fantasy, thriller, and supernatural.
I bet, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. And they're all older too, so they're like college student, like young college students.
Yeah, because she looked like a baby, but she was grown.
And when the show started, I think she was like 18 or something like that. Or
yeah, she was an adult for sure. So yeah, okay.
Well, yeah, and then of course Tower God. I finished that. I watched half of it in dub, and I watched the other half in sub. you good either way on that one.
Oh,
So
that's good. That's good shit.
Sub and dub is good either way. I did enjoy hearing Rock call everybody turtle. So,
and dub.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I highly enjoyed his voice on dub. Yeah. So. Yeah, I think it's 7 episodes of dub as of right now, something like that.
I'm gonna go back and watch the episode dub.
Yeah. But before we get into the review and everything, few stuff we need to go over. So I completely fucking forgot to do Ask Blanime this morning.
Somebody asked us a question in the Discord though.
Correct. So I was gonna do that one, and that's the only one we was gonna do this week because I fucking forgot to post it on whatchamacallit.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So if you have it pulled up, you can read the question.
I definitely don't.
Okay, I got you. Hold on. Let me get it.
Because I haven't. I get so many Discord notos that I just so happened to see that one day because I was like, oh yeah, you can ask questions, and I forgot to go back into it.
Okay. It was the rebellious one, aka Hokage 87. He said the first question. He has 2 questions. The first question was, what TV show / video game / movie / book series would you adapt into an anime? Nae, you have any off the top of your head?
What would I adapt? Let me see. Let me go. You know what I would adapt? So this show's on Netflix. It's a foreign. I can't remember what country it was made in, but it's called the Valhalla Murders, and I would adapt that into an anime because I feel like how the people looked in the actual show, and the storyline would actually be like a really good anime. And it's basically like about a serial killer that they're trying to find, and so they bring somebody in. Like I said, I can't remember what country they're in because they speak another language, but it really goes into it's crazy. But I think I would do that. So I don't know if anybody's watched the Valhalla Murders on Netflix, but yeah, that would probably be it.
Okay.
It definitely has an anime like storyline and vibe to it.
So I have 2 for sure off the top of my head. One, I'd like to see Red Dead Redemption because I don't think there's that many Western type animes. Like there's Western animes, but they're more so futuristic.
Right.
Like Trigun and stuff like that. Right. But I don't think there's that many old school Western type animes. I think that'd be kind of interesting. For sure. I'd like to see that. The second one for sure, I think that Game of Thrones would make a fucking amazing anime if it was done right. For sure.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
Game of Thrones has a perfect story for an anime. But outside that bullshit in the last season, but that's neither here nor there.
I'm so good. I am so weak.
Yeah. So yeah.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, those 2 for sure. And there's a game called Prototype. I think it would be a good game or a good anime rather adaptation off the top of my head. So for those that know what Prototype is, I think you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it would be perfect for Prototype. Yeah, but other than that, yeah, action and kind of I guess action and horror. But other than that, yeah, that's what I got for me. I don't what the fuck is Overcooked?
Nigga, it's like you have a certain amount of time to make like burgers and shit. Me and Chad played that shit. That shit was fun as hell though. I was getting mad at that nigga. He was getting in my way and shit. That shit fun. You be having to cook the patties, you be having to get the bread, cook the lettuce and shit, and like do the orders like it show on the screen and get them out to the people so you can get your money. That
shit sound like some Food Wars.
It does. So that's I would say I know that sounds lame, guys, but yes, yeah.
I'm not mad at that. All right. Second question was, what anime would you bring back from ending? What anime would you bring back or keep from ending, but in return, an anime that you view as an equal has to be erased from history to never exist or equivalent exchange?
Is this Full Metal Alchemist?
Damn near.
What anime would I view as an equal?
View it as an equal. This one's tough. Like I really didn't put any thought into this pre-show. Off the top of my head, I'm trying to bring you back and get rid of Hunter x Hunter, but I know that would upset a lot of people.
I had a feeling that's where you was gonna go with this, but I
feel like that's equivalent exchange, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean,
oh, this tequila. Shit.
Low key. I don't even.
Bro, like if Tagashi said, you know what? Fuck that Hunter x Hunter shit. I'm going to bring back my bread and butter of Yu Yu Hakusho in 2020 animation with my already upgraded storytelling and get in my fucking bag and bring this shit back and make this shit work. Like Yusuke, Kurama, Hiei, Kuwabara, they're all, let's say, 18 years old now because they were fucking 14 and 15, I think, in the show. Let them time skip of like 3 years. Yusuke and Keiko married. They probably about to have a kid. That nigga's gonna be a demon too. Like, just bring that shit back and get in your fucking bag, Tagashi. Like, I want that. And get Hunter x Hunter and all them fucking ants out of here.
I am so done. I'm hoping this Chimera Ant arc is what they saying it is.
I'm not gonna say shit. I'm gonna just let you watch it and make you form your own opinion. And I want you to tell me how you feel about it at the end. That's all I'll say. There's some amazing shit that happens towards the end of it. That's all I'll say. And I want you to tell me on your own words what you thought about it when you get to it. But it seems like you ain't really like rushing to watch Hunter x Hunter.
Not at all. I mean, like, I'm not gonna say the last thing, but I literally, once I finished, like, the only reason I picked up honestly on it this week was when I finished Watchmen. It was still on my keep watching, and I was like, oh, well, I could. It's been a while. Let me see what's going on since I haven't really touched it. I honestly, In
conclusion, Hunter x Hunter is overhyped.
I'm not even mad at that. I'm not gonna argue it. I'm not completely so. I like Killua. Gon is sweet,
Killua's
but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I guess Leorio. So that nigga, I don't know. I like Kurapika too. That he is.
Leorio, big mid. Kurapika's goat. Killua's goat. Gon is basic as fuck with his rock paper scissors ass.
You know what I would do? I'm glad you. Okay, so I got one, Mikey. I know I'm gonna get some slander for this. Equivalent exchange. I would like Full Metal Alchemist, and not Brotherhood. I would like her, and I guess that's maybe what she did was like redo.
Yeah. She upgrade. Oh, I see what you're gonna. I see what you're doing. Yeah, go ahead.
Now I want Full Metal to be not Brotherhood. I want her not. I guess she did, but no, I don't want that.
Well, like if they brought back if like they got rid of Full Metal Alchemist and then they brought back Brotherhood, like what? I don't know where the story would go because like they then you have to find a way to give Al and Ed their powers back and. You have to find a new enemy. Like, who the fuck is gonna be an enemy? Like, are the fucking whatchamacallits gonna come back? The homunculus and shit like that. Like,
they could.
That's a that's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's fucking what's his name gonna get his eyesight back? Like,
it's a lot with that. I don't know a good one. That was like the only one I could think of. Cause The one that's finished. I don't know. I really don't know. I probably should have really read that question before. Because I don't have a good one that I would say equivalent exchange. Because a lot of the ones that I like, they did finish pretty much in a way that I would like it, but I don't think that some of the ones that I could possibly replace it with would be on the same level. I think it would be unfair to do that. So maybe I'll think about it, and then I'll answer it next week.
I got one for you.
To think about that.
I got one for you. So what if they erased Death Parade from history and then brought back Death Note? Would you do it?
I really enjoyed if Nier ain't part of the motherfucking equation, then yes.
He's the only one alive.
Bro, L didn't die. Like that's what we would have to do. It was a fucking fake. Like he got finessed again a second time and L really didn't die. Like in the whack ass Netflix dead. Movie. In the Netflix adaptation, he not.
We don't speak on that abomination of an adaptation.
We don't, but that would be the only way. Like they would have to really. I can't do Nier. I can't do Nier. I can't do him. Like I just can't.
Nier wasn't that bad.
He wasn't even really worth shit in the damn one shot.
Oh like, yeah, I forgot he was. I always forget that he was even in there.
Yeah, like it's not that he wasn't. He wasn't bad, but like when he's basically the same character again, it's like, well, why did you even kill him off if he's gonna be like the same person? Like he didn't even have that much different of a personality. So I could, because Death Parade has some stuff that needed to be that they could have did to change the ending of that too. So I'm not gonna. I would do that. Yeah. Although I don't feel like Death Parade and Death Note are in two different.
Okay. All right. Real quick, it's just a hypothetical situation. So, is there any anime in your top 10 that you would sacrifice to get Death Note to come back and include L in it? Anyone? It has to be in your top 10.
Niggas would be mad. I ain't gonna shake the table that much. Actually, you know what? I lied. I did put Astro Lost in Space in my new top 10. I would probably take. I would probably sacrifice Parasite.
Oh,
hey,
what?
Off my shoe. I mean, out of what I have in my top 10. Out of all of them, and what's sad is Parasite is higher than some of them, but I mean, that would probably be the one I would sacrifice. Sadly enough.
Well, this is all hypothetical because I'd be mad as hell you sacrifice Parasite.
It is very hypothetical because I feel like I was really gonna shake the table, but I don't think the equivalent exchange is fair on it, so I ain't gonna.
That's why I want to make sure it was in your top 10. So you had to respect it enough for it to be in your top 10 for you to sacrifice it.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I would probably sacrifice an Assassination Classroom for.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
And that's why I was like, I ain't gonna do that.
Nae hates Assassination Classroom. That's crazy. I'd probably get Naruto out of here. For fucking more Yu Yu Hakusho, but that's just me. Now that would upset the masses.
No, I'm not opposed to that.
That would upset. That would upset the entire world. Oh my god!
I would take OG, keep OG, and maybe sacrifice.
Listen, I'd fucking I'd sacrifice Boruto, and you don't even have to give me anything in return. Just get it out of here.
Bye.
Just go. Just make it leave.
I would sacrifice Boruto.
You don't even have to give me nothing back in return. Just get Boruto the fuck out of here.
I'm so weak. I am so weak.
They gave Tsunade a breast reduction. I am livid.
I saw that. Was that real?
If that's listen, Tsunade got me past a lot of episodes in fucking Shippuden with her bosom.
Bye, Mike.
Them titties need to be sucked on.
I mean, like, you know, but in that bullshit, that screenshot that I saw, I pray that it was photoshopped.
I was hoping that was fake because I did see that and I was like, that's not real.
Yeah, that's blasphemous. If they really just made her go from a Z cup to an A cup, like I'm not happy about that. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, but yeah, those are our Ask Blanime questions that we had this week because I completely forgot to post it and ask y'all. But we'll be back next week with that. But these are actually really good questions we can talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So shout out to the rebellious one. All right, bet. So let's get into these news topics and then we can get into this review. So I peeped. I can't remember if I put this on here or you. First off, before I get into it, Nae, you've been really, really fucking good with this docket. I want you to understand that. Like, I see some shit. I'm like, oh, I see some shit. As soon as it pops up, I'm like, oh, cool. Let me add this to the docket. And I go over there and it's already there. Nae be on her fucking shit with this docket.
Thank you. I try. I really do. I be looking. I be like, oh, this looks like some good news when I can catch it. Like I said, sometimes, especially on Twitter, you see so much stuff you can possibly miss shit. But I've been trying, especially the last few weeks, like, let me try to stay on top of our content. So thank you.
Yeah, so I just had to give you your fucking credit because yeah, I think there's one of the topics that's on there that we'll talk about, but it was one that I was gonna add on there and Nae already had it on there. I was like, Nae is really on top of this shit. And I thought I was getting to jump on the fucking shit. So but anyway, first thing I saw is that they were considering bringing Scott Pilgrim versus the World as an anime, and I thought that would be kind of dope. Did you ever watch that movie?
I didn't.
Oh my god! This one of those white movies that's like hilarious as fuck. Like it's that dry humor that's fucking that awkward humor that you just have to laugh at because you're like,
and
bro.
I love dry humor.
You have Michael Cera is one of the most underrated fucking I guess Canadian actors that like comedic actors. That nigga is so fucking awkward. Like,
agreed.
Yeah, I don't think we need to give Michael Cera his fucking flowers because that motherfucker is hilarious. So that's one of the funniest ones that he's done that I've seen. I know Kasha has fuck with Scott Pilgrim like I do, but you need to like randomly just watch Scott Pilgrim one day, please.
Okay.
Let me see what it's on.
I don't know why I haven't watched it.
Yeah, that shit.
But see, I watched other.
Macaulay Culkin's brother is on there. He's one of the actors on the movie.
Didn't know he had a brother.
Yes, he has a brother, and
the more you know.
He played a gay man. He played Scott Pilgrim's gay roommate on there, and that motherfucker was hilarious. That dry humor shit, when it's done right, that shit's perfect. Let me see if it's on. Let me see where it's at on front. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Okay, rent or buy. Oh, it's not on any streaming service on Prime. Anyway, yeah, I'll download it for you for free if I need to. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, watch Scott Pilgrim versus the World. They did say they were considering making that an anime. I don't know how real this article is. It's on entertainment something.com. But I just thought that was interesting. I would love to see that. For everybody that's
entertainment, if that's Entertainment Weekly, that might be pretty legit.
It is EW, yep.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's probably pretty legit.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to do that though. I would love to see that.
That'd be funny then, like a dry humor. That would be really funny. To have something of that slice of, I guess that would be a comedy slice of life kind of. It
will be a comedy action. Yeah, comedy and action, really, because they were like, it's based on a video game, and they like would be fighting. So if you haven't seen Scott Pilgrim is basically about this Canadian guy named Scott Pilgrim, and he's dating this. He's like 19 or 20, and he's dating this high school girl, which is already weird, and her name is like Knives Chow. She's Asian, and he's dating her, and he's also in a rock band called. What the fuck was that rock band called, man? Sex Bomb. And it's a rock band called Sex Bomb. And mind you, they were actually pretty good. Like the fucking rock music was actually pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. And so Nas is like his number one fan, and he's like cool with Nas and shit. And then he one day orders some shit from Amazon, and his Amazon delivery person is this girl named Ramona Flowers, and she's from America. She's from like New York, I think. And he like falls head over heels with her, and so he ends up dumping his little Asian girlfriend and becoming boyfriend with Ramona. But while he's dating Ramona, he has to like literally battle her 7 evil exes. And so every time they go out somewhere, one of her exes will pop up, and they would like literally have to like square up and fight. And that's the funniest shit. Like this shit was so fucking funny and wild. Chris Evans is in there. Captain America, that nigga's in there.
He's funny though.
He's
funny.
You have to watch it.
People be sleep. Okay, I'm gonna try to.
If Chad hasn't seen Scott Pilgrim, y'all need to watch that shit together. Y'all gonna be cracking the fuck up.
I'll make him watch it when we get done.
Yeah. So yeah, watch. Yeah, that shit is fucking hilarious. Like I said, music is good. I can't praise Scott Pilgrim enough. So yeah. Hopefully, I hope something comes from that for real. I'm gonna be really excited. So now you want to go on this next one?
Yes, because I actually have something to ask you about that. So, Shout out to Black Girls Anime, the anime auntie. Y'all know we be getting news from her because she confirms stuff
on her shit.
We know, yes, always. So, Atlanta Star, you could say he was in Get Out as well. L. In the Death Note, yeah, ATL. I mean, he has a pretty nice list right now. Lakeith Stanford and the Boondocks co-director LaShawn Thomas are teaming up for a Netflix original anime. Yasuki follows an African Ronin in feudal Japan with magic and mechs. So,
I will say that I think it might be pronounced Yasuke.
Okay.
Like Yusuke, but Yasuke.
I was thinking that, then I was like, maybe it's not. You know how I be with these.
I'm like 90% sure it's Yasuke, but if it's not, then yeah, we'll backtrack. But yeah.
Yeah, so y'all know I can't pronounce shit no way. So, and you know what's funny? So Rachel had shout out to her because it's been a while since we mentioned her name.
She's black.
She said that she heard that Chadwick Boseman was doing it. So
really?
When I posted it, so I had shared it on my Instagram story, and she was like, "Is this the same thing that Chadwick is doing or different?" Because I heard Chadwick Boseman is supposed to be portraying him in something. And I was like, I'm wondering if it's 2 different projects being done. I was like, because I don't know at this point. But if Lakeith Stanford, I didn't go to his Instagram to verify that, but I'm pretty sure. LaShawn Thomas has a rapport with Netflix, and so does Lakeith Stanfield. So, it really just makes sense that
it is 100% on his IG.
Okay, I was gonna say he's the perfect person. I feel like to play that role.
Yeah, as a voice actor.
I think he would embody that like so well. Like,
yeah,
I think it would be really good. Now as long as this shit don't turn out like Cannon Busters. I know we gotta let season 2 come out, but that was my only thing. Like, please don't do shit like Cannon Busters. Like, please.
Well, I'm, like I said, we gotta support our own people regardless. So, and I'm the one with the Cannon Busters poster behind me, but like, we gotta support us regardless if it was mid or not. So, I still have hope for season 2 will be better. Cannon Busters.
I hope so too, because that's all he get out of me after that. Like,
yeah, I don't have any high expectations for it because I don't know anything about the story. I think that Lakeith Stanfield, whatever there hasn't been one thing that he's been a part of that I thought was trash outside of Death Note. But even with Death Note, I thought he was good. I thought he did a good job.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I'm hopeful that he hasn't touched a bad project yet. I think the only one that what?
Oh no, I was gonna say he makes up for a lot of bad shit and stuff. Cause like Death Note, like you said, that shit was ass and all down that hill. But he definitely was the one thing that made it but he was the one thing that made it enjoyable. He really embodied L really well, and like his mannerism, like you could tell he watched the anime, he researched, he must have watched some live action. Like you could just really tell that he did his homework with that. So
I think the most questionable thing that he's been a part of, like I'm not putting Death Note in it because I think everything outside of him and Ryuk was trash in that. So I don't really put him in that. The one questionable thing he's done is Sorry to Bother You. Which Sorry to Bother You started out really, really good, then it turned really, really weird. So I don't know if I put that on him or I put that just on the writing of the show. So right. I was mad excited about Sorry to Bother You. Then it went from really, really good and it went like completely left. And have you ever seen that Sorry to Bother You? Mm-mm. I think it's still on Hulu. I know it was on Hulu for the longest. I'm pretty sure it's still on there. Let me check real quick. But Sorry to Bother You is about, essentially him being this broke ass salesman, and he learns like his white voice and he starts killing it in the sales game using his white voice. And then it just, all I can say is it went left from there. It started out really good and it went left. I don't know what to fucking say. I don't know what happened with that shit, but I
think I would be fucking shit up.
Yeah, but we support Lakeith Stanfield and his dirty nails.
What's the next topic? I'm not do this tonight. I'm not.
Sorry to Bother You is still on Hulu, by the way.
Okay, I might try to see this.
But tell the truth, that nigga nails is dirty as fuck in that one picture.
They were. All right. They were. And somebody should have said something before they
100 or photoshopped them bitches.
Before they actually, that was not okay.
He might got eczema because there was a lot of dirt under his nails and he might be scratching. All right. Okay. All right.
You got eczema?
You got eczema? I wish I had the sound clip.
Oh, man, you had to get it down.
Yeah. So 7 Deadly Sins is officially dropping on Netflix next month on July 2020. I'm honestly prepared to shit on it. And this is coming from a 7 Deadly Sins fan. I like the show a lot, and this studio bullshit change that they've done and this fucking flip book bullshit that they did with these fight scenes, like I'm ready to shit on it, like for real. I would hope that all the listeners will join in with me and watching it to also shit on it. And I also think this is the last season of the show, so this is the last time we get to shit on it like as a family and then move the fuck on.
I actually did not watch it after season 2, I think.
You didn't fuck with it?
It was cool, but like I started just watching other stuff. Like that's when I really, really started like trying to watch other animes and stuff, and I just never went back to it. I never felt the need to go back to it.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. They actually, I think I read some shit that they actually I think they lost their studio. The one that they had before is because the movie that they put on Netflix, which is like called like Prisoner of the Sky or Kingdom of the Sky or some shit like that. It didn't do very well number wise on Netflix, and so that caused them to lose the studio, and then they had to find another studio like on the back end, like on like a spur of dime, and they didn't have the studio that they used didn't have enough time to prepare, so that's why we got the bullshit product that we got. So that's what I read. Regardless of what happens, it's all their fault. So I'm gonna still shit on it as I need to.
He said it's all their fault.
It's all their fault. Yeah, it's all their fault. Make a better product, and you don't have to lose your fucking studio. So,
it's true.
You got Netflix behind you, bro. Like you don't have to fucking. It's not like it's one of these startup animes that get they one shot. And, you got some rapport, so you. It's not like you hurting for money. Like you got Netflix backing you, so just put out a good fucking product. But whatever.
Right.
We'll see how it goes. I'm ready to shit on it and put it out as fucking misery. Really. So fuck it. Yeah, so I saw that shit. So yeah, that's 7 Deadly Sins coming next month. Whoop-de fucking do. And I think you added this one. Yeah,
Yes, I
Bangos Book
did.
Club. Okay, cool.
Yes. So shout out to the homie Afrocentric Nerd. I also believe he is over the how we mix this shit up. I think the HBCU anime
Yes, he
page
is. Yeah,
too.
he sent me
So
this
I
link
want to
too.
make
Yeah.
sure. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, that's his manga. He dropped the the cover art for it, and I just wanted to shout it out because cover art looks really, really fucking
It
good.
does.
And I think he said he's gonna drop a Oh, I hope I'm not spilling the beans too much. So sorry if I did, but I think I'll just say I feel a chapter is coming really soon. But if you go to Bango's Book Club on Twitter, you'll see it. So he has a Twitter page. Basically, it's a manga about Bongo, a high school prodigy who has everything going for him, but tragedy strikes when a mysterious man attacks his family, killing his mom, sister, and little brother. With nobody to turn to, he starts a book club, or he turns to the book club started by his sister. I guess, but she comes to his aid, but visions lead Bongo to believe that the attack on his family was no accident, and there's still trouble in the world. So
in another world, yeah.
Yeah.
So it might be like an isekai, kind of. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a pretty good synopsis, but it leaves a lot to wonder. So, I'm ready. So hopefully a chapter comes out really soon. But I was like, we got to shout out the homie. So yeah.
I'm excited. I'm definitely gonna be reading it and tuning into it. So
yeah.
I thought like when I was originally reading it, I thought like it like the synopsis reminded me of Demon Slayer. Like the first half of the synopsis, I was like, this shit sounds just like
his family gets killed.
Yeah, this shit sounds just like Tanjiro's fucking origin story. But then like once I kept reading the synopsis, I was like, okay, no, this is definitely different. Like if his family's still alive and his book club, like that definitely throws in a lot of different elements to the story. So I'm excited. If they're still alive, yeah, that's a good premise. So
right.
Yeah.
Or if it's a parallel world where they're alive.
Exactly.
This is gonna be good. So shout out to him for sure.
Yeah.
On that.
Shout out to him. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be checking that out. And then we'll keep y'all updated on that. Let me see.
I don't know.
Onyx Equinox. Did I add this one? I feel like I did.
It's a Crunchyroll original.
Yeah. Oh, this is a black one. Yeah. So Onyx Equinox is another Crunchyroll original that's going to be added, just like Tower of God was, and added to Crunchyroll's original line or whatever. I think it is based off a webtoon. I think, and there's a lot of melanin in this trailer that just dropped. So I don't know if they're black or I don't know if they're indigenous or however you classify, but they're definitely tanned, and so I'm excited to see that one. Actually, I wanted to read off a fucking synopsis, but I don't think this is loading right on my phone here. Let's try this on the Chrome app. Copy link here. All right. Okay, we're gonna paste that. Okay, there we go. A new Crunchyroll series unfolds in epic fashion when Onyx Equinox makes its debut. For a closer peek at the Mesoamerican tale of destiny that awaits, look no further than a new trailer and key visual, and stay tuned for more as we head towards the show's premiere. So yeah, they're Mesoamerican. What the fuck is Mesoamerican?
When I hear Meso, I think of Mesopotamia, and then that makes me think of like that. I don't know what Mesoamerican is.
Yeah, they look kind of like like the like Aztecian, like they look kind of like that. I was just
gonna say like that's what it really sounds like.
Yeah,
like the Mayans and all.
Yeah, exactly. Like. That's what they look like. So yeah, they're definitely not white or Japanese. Yeah. So I did peep that. So yeah, Black Girls Anime did drop that information on there too. So I just wanted to spotlight that real quick. And you said Violet Evergarden.
Evergarden. Yes, the movie
that's one of your
is
shows,
dropping.
Right?
No, I've never seen that shit.
Oh, okay. Who's
I
Violet
just know
Evergarden?
people like it. I haven't seen it. I have no idea what it's even about. At all. So sorry, guys. I just know I've seen people talk about it on the timeline. So there probably are some listeners that we have that might that probably watched the anime, but the movie is scheduled to premiere in Japan in September. Sorry, guys. I don't know when it'll be over here, but I did see that. So you guys know what to do to try to see it in September at the same time. But yeah, definitely have one coming out in the fall. So. And then I guess the last thing that I saw, there's more information about Inuyasha.
You got it? Let me see.
Yeah.
I didn't even click the link to see what you said on Inuyasha. Let's see. Okay, I see the visuals. Okay. I know this white. This white haired one is Sesshomaru's kid.
I think Black Girls Anime, shout out. She was just giving, I guess, the time, like what day and what time and where you'll be able to watch the broadcast, because she put station, time, and day. So it's gonna be on Saturday evenings at 5:30 on, I can't pronounce that.
Oh, Yomiuri television and Nippon television.
Yeah, so that was information based off of Hanyo Yashahami's Twitter. So I guess it's only going to be shown in Japan when it drops in the fall.
Yeah. So it's going to drop in sub for sure in Japan, and then of course we're probably not going to get like a dub for this until like 2021 most likely. So
yeah, so just more information for the Inuyasha stands that are waiting for it to come back.
Who the fuck did Sesshomaru have a child with?
Questions that need answers.
Is Sesshomaru a creep and a groomer? Is he a groomer?
I hope not.
The world needs to know. If I gotta put him in that Tuxedo Kelly fucking category, I will.
And get him out of here if that's the case.
Yeah.
So I hope that's not the case.
Creep Shomaru.
That's just interesting that this kid. Yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be. I'm gonna need them to touch on that pretty early on. Kind of figure out because that's gonna be something people really kind of want to know.
Exactly.
So hopefully.
All right. Let's see. Well, that's all the anime news that we got this week, man. So let's get ready for the fucking shits, okay? All right. Tower of God.
Tower of Simp.
Tower of fucking Simp. I haven't decided if that's gonna be the episode name or not, but Nae's face. All right. Tower of fucking Simp. So let me go to the fucking thing real quick. Let's see. Tower of God here. All right. So Tower of God is one of Crunchyroll's originals that came out. It's the first Crunchyroll original to come out, I believe. And it just finished its final episode on Wednesday of this week, episode 13. And so we thought none other than to finish it and review it for you guys, so y'all can decide whether you want to watch it or not. So this is a full spoiler review. So if you haven't seen Tower of God all the way through to episode 13, this will be the time to cut off the episode and then come back to it later after you finished it. Yes. It is definitely all aired now, so all 13 episodes are available on Crunchyroll or Verve. I think it's up to 7 or 8 episodes in dub, so you have plenty of time to watch this shit and then come back to this episode. So, spoilers. All right. So, the way the synopsis is for Tower of God, and this tequila is hidden, so y'all forgive me. All right. So, reach the top and everything will be yours. At the top of the tower exists everything in this world, and all of it can be yours. You can become a god. This story is the beginning and end of Rachel, a girl who climbed the tower so she could see the stars, and Bomb, the boy who needed nothing but her. Bomb the fucking simp. Nae's face is killing me.
Cause I just, bruh.
Oh. All right. So episode 1 is called Ball. You want to jump off how the episode 1 started? Or you want me to jump it off?
You jump.
I'll jump it off.
Jump it off.
Yeah.
Jump it off.
All right. So essentially, the way we start is Bomb is like in this like lobby area. It kind of seems like a cave lobby. I don't know. Anyway, he's in there and he pulls up and he's looking for this girl Rachel, and he meets the I guess the caretaker of the fucking lobby or whatever, and essentially he told the caretaker told Bombs like, hey, in order for you to find her and climb the Tower of God, you have to make sure you're worthy, and you have to pass the first test in order to enter and go through. So the test begins with fucking Bomb is supposed to go into this little cage area where this big fucking whale shark monster flying thing is in there, and he has to get this ball from there successfully and then get out of there successfully. And so while he's in there, these 3 other people pull up, and one of them is I can't remember what's her name, Yuri.
Yeah, I think so.
Yuri Rashad, no, Ashad, whatever the fuck the princess's name. Yeah, anyway, her name is Yuri.
Jihad. Yeah,
yeah, I say Rashad. She's not black. The only Rashad we respect is Felicia Rashad.
Bye.
All right.
That's no cap though.
That's facts. Anyway, Yuri Rashad. I keep saying Rashad. Jashad. She's actually a princess of Rashad, which we'll get into later. But she sees that Bomb only wants to, basically travel. I guess climb the Tower of God to find his girl Rachel. That bitch. And so she lends him her sword, which is called the Black March?
Yes, the Black March.
Black March, yeah. So her sword is like special. Her sword has a spirit, and the spirit talks. And she was like, Bomb is attractive, so she was like, okay, I'll help him out. And so essentially, long story short, he defeats the fish thing, the fish monster thing, gets the ball, and he's able to travel up to the next floor. So episode 1, I'm mad confused. Like, they don't give us a whole lot of context to anything, where he came from, nothing like that.
He just pops up.
He just kind of pops up. He goes in there, he does his thing, and he keeps it moving. The sword that he uses, the Black March, is really, really fucking dope. So I'm like, okay, this is about him and his sword, but we'll get to the sword anyway a little bit later on. So first thoughts, Nae, I asked you. First thoughts on episode 1. What was you thinking?
I was thinking like, this kid is really too sweet to go in here and just
he's a nice guy.
This monster. Yeah, I was like, I don't think he's going to defeat this monster with ease. And I was like, what is the purpose? Like, I guess I had a lot of questions. Like, okay, if he does this, is he automatically, is he just going to get to the top of the tower? Like, I believe he mentioned Rachel while he was talking to the Princess of Jihad and other person. And so I was just like, okay, who is Rachel? And I want to say maybe there was even a flashback.
It did show a flashback of Rachel, yeah.
Of Rachel. So I was kind of like, okay, I want to say, I need to go back to my tweets. I was kind of like, okay, who is this Rachel to him? Is she like, because in the flashback, it looked like he was just like, I don't know, just out there, didn't have nobody, nothing. And it's like, I guess she took him in. And so I was like, is he in love with her? Or is this just somebody that like took care of him and he's just trying to find her? Like, how did they get you know, how did he get here and she got in the tower already? Like, how did we get to this? I had a lot of questions like, how did we get to this point? Because it was kind of like, okay, he's already in the tower, but how did we get here? And who is Rachel? Because obviously Rachel has a big part in him trying to get through this tower. And right then and there, I low-key was like, I feel like this nigga is simp, but I was
Facts.
like, maybe not. I was like, maybe he's just trying to, you know, maybe there's a reason why she's in the tower, or maybe they got lost. That was, I think, what I really thought. Like, oh, maybe they were together in the tower, and then they got like lost. You know, he got lost, or one of them they got lost from each other, or whatever. And so he was trying to find his way. You know, trying to find her. But that was not it. So
what they keep showing is a flashback of Bomb, and he has like long hair, and him and Rachel are like in this cave type shit, and she's telling him like, hey, I want to reach the tower so we can see the stars. So they basically imply that Rachel and Bomb have never seen the actual sky. They've only seen either, I guess, the ceiling of this cave that they live in, or some sort of artificial sky type thing. Essentially, they've never seen the outside sky and stars or whatever. So that's one thing. So the guy, the little lobby man guy, rabbit guy, his name is Hedon. I just looked that up. And so episode 2, Bomb passes. He passed the test in episode 1. So he makes it on the level 2 of the tower, which is where he meets his 2 teammates, Coon and Rock. And so the way episode 2 goes is he basically there's a test where there's like 400 participants, him and like 99 other people or whatever. And so the announcement lady says, essentially, you know, you have to, the 200 people will travel on to the next floor. So we'll stop the match whenever there's only 200 people left. So essentially they all have to fight until there's only 200 people left. And so Coon is like this blue-haired dude. He's kind of mysterious, but he peeps that Bomb has a black march, and he's like, okay, cool. You know, this guy might be, you know, worth kicking it with. And they basically, you know, all fight until it's 200 people left. And you know, Bomb ends up using the Black March, which, like I said, impresses Coon and everything like that. And so in his mind, he's kind of like, okay, I'm going to kind of keep an eye on this guy. And so Bomb ends up being one of the last 200 people that are left over after the whole, you know, cut down to 200 people was left over. They did both run into Rock, who's this big fucking gator. Well, Coon calls him a gator, but he's gray. He looks like a dinosaur, kind of like, but he's like the comic relief of the show. He's this big motherfucker. He's huge, and all he wants to do is he won't smoke all the time. He's like the Inosuke of the show.
Yes, blue turtle and black turtle. That turtle should be killing me.
Turtle, I'm like, these niggas don't look nothing like a turtle, bro.
That shit is so funny. He definitely is the comic relief. I like his character a lot. Yeah,
he's a comic relief, and essentially after the whole 200 people thing is over with, the announcer lady tells them that they have to like team up in groups of 3, and so you have to be touching your 2 teammates at the end of the time, at the end of this count. And so they're basically fighting with Rock, and at the last second, Bomb and Coon are like tackle basically Rock, and they end up making it all on teams and everything. So that's basically how episode 2 ends, if I remember correctly.
I think so. It's been a while since I watched episode 2. Yeah. I
rewatched it in dub. That's why I remember, because I think the first time I watched it was a sub.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how it ends, because then 3, it shows them, they go in, and then it's that water wall.
Yes. 3 is when they meet the test director, Han Sung Yu, and he basically announces the subject of the test. And let's see, Rack throws a tantrum, and Bomb calms in. Meanwhile, the gears in Coon's head is alone, turning second by second. Time moves. What will they do? Yeah. So yeah, this is the episode where only the worthy of the 200 that people, survive or whatever. So essentially, the test director pulls up this big fucking water wall type deal, and he's like, "Yeah, if you can travel through this wall, then you move on to the next round." Bomb is so special that he actually made it through without having to actually try to travel through. So like right off the bat, the director was like, "Okay, hold on, he kind of special. Like what's
right.
something's up with him. Like he kind of gifted." So yeah, Bomb literally didn't even have to do the test. He just like was just sitting in one spot and he didn't get moved at all. So Coon and Rock make it through, and then a bunch of other ones make it through. And like, if you're not worthy, it's like damn near impossible to make it through this fucking water wall. Yeah. But everybody that has like some kind of capability of them, they make it through the shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
And while they were waiting for them,
mm-hmm.
while Bomb was waiting for the rest of them and his teammates to get through, he was talking to the director and asking him questions like about the tower. And he was questioning him as well, like, I guess trying to figure out, I guess at that point he was trying to figure out if he was an irregular or not. And Bomb was trying to figure out what an irregular was.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know if I guess he talked about it. I can't remember now.
They did mention what irregular was, but I remember them saying it, but I don't remember exactly what they said. But essentially, what was the definition for irregular?
I think it's somebody who wasn't invited into the tower. They just
somebody that wasn't looking to necessarily go for the tower for their own reasons. They were there for another reason. Yeah, so Bomb was like the only irregular in the whole show, from what I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he makes it through there, so that was all cool and everything. So that was episode 3. So then episode 4. They do an optional game. So this game is like if you win this game, then you automatically skip all the other levels and go straight to the top of the tower to see if you can go in there. And so it's like almost like a tournament in a certain way. So this is the episode that kind of kicks off everything. So they were playing this game, and it's called the Crown Game. And so the long story short, the rule of the game is the team that occupies the throne, there's a crown, and one of the players, one of the team of 3 has to occupy the throne and the crown. The other 2 have to defend them, and then everybody else has to take the crown from the team that has it. And so, long story short, this is when they introduce fucking Rachel into the show, like where she's actually a part of it. And
she caught his eye, and he just knew it was her.
She's hooded, but you can kind of tell it's her, but he wasn't for sure because she was hooded. All he sees is that blonde hair and those fucking freckles and fucking hoe.
She is.
This is for Rachel, you big fat white nasty smelling fat bitch.
Fuck Rachel. We'll get to why we say fuck Rachel.
At the end. Shit.
Spoilers coming. Yeah. Anyway, so long story short, they play this game. Nobody ends up winning. The only thing that really significant happens is that Bomb makes a bet with another player who occupies the Green April, which is another sword of the daughters of Jihad, or princesses of Jihad, or whatever. And so he makes a bet, like if he wins, I can't remember what happens if he won. But
I think if she won, she got the Black March, and if he won, I forgot what his.
No, so yeah, the bet was that if he won the entire thing, I can't remember what happens if he won the entire thing. But if for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. As long as he was the one that didn't win, she didn't even have to win. But as long as he didn't win, then she gets his Black March, which he's already borrowing from Yuri. So, long story short, spoiler, he loses and he has to give up his sword to
Anak, the
Anak, yeah. So
she looks like a Chimera ant, but
does she?
It's that tail.
Yeah, she does have a tail. She's like a lizard girl. She's green. She looks like a normal person, but she's green. And she has a big fucking tail at the back of her ass. So it's just weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, so
a lot of them had horns and shit, like just different. They were all so different.
Yeah, all the characters are definitely fucking unique.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I kind of mixed episode 4 and 5. So yeah, 5 I think is when they actually like lost.
Oh, they actually lost, because that's when Rachel actually comes out, and it's almost like she was trying to throw him off, I guess, so he would leave the throne, and he tried to protect her.
Yeah.
And that's when he used something. I don't know
what he used some kind of certain power where he like exploded with energy, and that's when like the shit kind of got interesting. I'm like, okay, bro, what kind of power does this nigga really have?
Because it's like, does he even know that he has this power? Because that
really
you could tell it was like it was instinct. It was instinct that he did it just to protect her. But it kind of shook the room for everybody, because everybody was like, okay, what the fuck? This kid is more than what we thought he was.
Yeah.
Her bitch ass just
hoe.
Her ass is trash.
This is for Rachel, you big fat white nasty.
This is for Rachel, you big ugly hoe. Anyway.
Ugly ass personality.
Yeah. Shit. So that happens. The game ends. Nobody really won for that game. And so next episode, let's see, Rachel gets injured. I remember that much. She gets injured. She's in the hospital. No. Is it Bomb that's injured? Who the fuck is injured?
I think Bomb is injured.
Yeah, it's Bomb.
It took him, I think he was like, I wouldn't say a coma, but I don't think he woke up for a couple days or some shit like that, because it was right before the next, when they got broken down into like groups, into like I forgot what he was, but you know how everybody was in their own group and I'm not gonna explain this because it's been a while since I watched this episode.
Yeah.
But I believe he was in, like I said, we'll just say he was in a coma because he didn't wake up. He was unconscious for a few days. Rachel, I don't know if she went by his room or what it was, but Khan saw her and asked if she was Rachel, I believe, and she was like, tell him that it's not me, I'm Michelle or whatever. And he's like, okay, cool, whatever. So they're waiting, him and Rock are waiting for Bomb to get up, because if he wasn't up by like the next day or something, he was going to be automatically disqualified from doing whatever type of training it was to try to figure out. I guess maybe it was like their power.
It's like the position,
type of power, that they had.
The position selection.
So they go into that, and everybody goes into their position. I forgot what his was, a wave. I'm telling you,
wave something. Yeah, I forgot the 10. It was wave something, like wave emitter.
Wave runner, but that's not it.
Wave runner.
And I guess that's pretty much episode 6. And then they break up into those groups, and they start working on their craft, and people start seeing how talented Bomb really is. And I guess that's when they do the friendship thing, where they have to get the piece of paper and they go around and try to make friends with everybody, or have their friends sign that list. And that's where what's his name? Ho?
Yeah, it was Ho.
He I could tell the jealousy started peeking out in him.
I knew that nigga was shit because of that red fucking horn he had in his head.
No, really though, I was like, yeah, this nigga gonna be on some snake shit. I really feel
literally.
So I believe he signed the friendship list though. So it was like 10 or 12 of them that signed. So they start eating together and stuff, and Rachel would like peek in, go to like get her shit to eat and like leave. And I think during that time we all see that each group going through their training and stuff, and that's when we kind of find out more about Anak and the other girl. I can't think of her name. The other princess,
and Dorsey.
Yes, and Dorsey, and we get a little bit of we start getting backstory for people, and I thought that was pretty cool. And
then Dorsey and Anak was beefed out the entire time.
The entire time. the entire time. I actually like Anak's backstory though. It was first of all, I will say it was nice to kind of, I wouldn't say nice, but I like that the princesses of Jihad weren't actually like blood, because when we found out there was more than one, it was like, excuse me, how is there more than one? So all y'all related, because y'all, none of y'all look alike,
right?
But Anak is very special because she was born from someone who was actually a princess of Jihad. Like she wasn't actually,
which was forbidden.
Yes. So her mom basically sacrificed, I believe, herself so she could live.
Yep.
And I'm assuming that they didn't know about her until she went to try to climb the tower, it wasn't known. Yeah. So like you said, they were beefed out. It was nice to kind of see that in her, and that whole little fight scene, and kind of getting the understanding and the backstory of the princesses of Jihad, and about the swords and stuff. That was like a nice little. I think that's what kept me like, okay, I'll go ahead and finish it. I'm not gonna say it wasn't bad. I first of all, I think I should have, if I would have watched it like binged it, I probably would have enjoyed it more. But waiting week to week, I was like, okay, I need something to put this together, because I'm like, this bitch really is the bitch she's saying that everybody, that Bomb thought she was, but she don't want Bomb to know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's just a lot of like,
she's still hiding her identity from Bomb.
Yeah, and it's like, why? And then I'm like, all these people, we don't really know where they came from or what their purpose is. So it's like, I need something. So that was actually really, really nice. And I think that was episode 7.
That was episode 7. Yeah, episode 7 was Lunch and Tag. So episode 8, let me see here. So this is when they had
the teams.
Yeah, they split up into 2 teams. Both teams has, the 5 positions, and so Coon is actually in team A and Mom is actually in team B. So the
Rock
team
and that other person passed somehow. They didn't have to do it at all.
Yeah, they were, I forgot what Rock was like a spear thrower or some shit.
Yeah.
And he didn't have to participate because they passed whatever the fuck they did. But so they have to go against what the tower calls a ranker, which is like essentially like a knight of the tower. They're strong as fuck, and they have to go against a ranker and essentially play capture the flag type shit. So there's a badge that the team is supposed to collect, and if they get the badge, then they win. If they get their badge taken, then they lose. And so this was an interesting episode because, long story short, they dial up like literally the perfect strategy, and they damn near win the match. But Coon at the end of it, like, gives the ranker, who it took everything for them to fucking beat and outsmart, like, gives him the fucking oop for him to come in and win the match type shit. So
yes.
Yeah.
And Team B got to watch pretty much all of it. Team B got to see certain things, or I guess for the most part, they got to watch most of the match, or whatever you want to call it. Sorry, but I really like the appearance of the ranker, that dark skin, that red hair.
He's black, like, yeah.
He is definitely black. Like, he's black, y'all. And I was like, okay, I like this. They have so many diverse characters. They have characters.
100%. Yeah, ranker's black with like red spiky hair, and he's very unique looking. Like, there's nobody else who looks like him. All the characters look pretty unique. So
yes,
you gotta give them give SIU credit. SIU's the maker of this webtoon, by the way. Gotta give them credit on this webtoon because they really did a lot as far as making all the characters stand apart from each other.
Yeah, definitely.
Bomb actually might be the most regular looking nigga on the show. Yeah.
And Rachel too, hell.
Basic ass blonde freckled bitch.
Pissing everybody off. Now, what like back to what you were saying about them, when Khan or Kun, whatever his name is, when Blue Turtle, like, he was very upset. So he gets back to the room, and you're thinking like, damn, they actually like really lost this. This sucks. And then it kind of shows deal I guess he made with the ranker to kind of throw the match.
Yeah,
and it was him and that nigga that be sleeping, and I was which I still don't understand him, but whatever.
That nigga's strong though.
I thought that was he is. I thought it was. I was like, okay, so why? Like, I get it, but like, this nigga has bomb really like just had that effect on him. Like, what is it that's making him? Is my stuff frozen again?
No, you hear? I hear you. You good?
Nigga, you were so still.
I was letting you talk so I could set up for the next episode. So yeah, no, you good?
I am so dead. You were so still. I'm like, damn,
my
my
bad.
shit froze. So
no,
it's okay. I was like, damn, this nigga's really beating himself up. And then you see under his hair that he's got like this smirk, like y'all don't know what I just did. And I'm like, damn, what the fuck is really going on? Because I'm like, if they didn't pass it, they're not gonna pass. So I'm like, is he really throwing his opportunity away for bomb? Like, what the fuck is really going on?
Right.
And then we get to episode 9, this Team B's turn. What I will say about the pace, I guess we can talk about at the end. I really like how they get to the shit.
It's not no fucking. There's no throwaway episodes on this 13 episode anime.
At all. And we go into episode 9 with Team B with Bomb, Rachel. It's Anak. No, excuse me. Anak is on Team A. Yeah, she's on Team A. Wasn't Dorsey on Team B?
No, and Dorsey and Anak were both on Team B.
They were on Team. I thought Anak was the one that got caught on Team A. Like, Khan set her up to get caught because she was the one that had the badge.
Oh, you might be. Wait, no.
See, because I'm running that together with.
Dorsey had the badge, and she tricked old boy into thinking he had the badge, but it was actually her draws.
Right.
That wasn't Dorsey. I'm trying to remember. Was a knock on the same team, and I'm pretty sure.
Knock was Team A.
Let me read the synopsis for episode 9. My plan worked. With this declaration, and Dorsey kicks her own teammate. Yeah, they had to been on the same team. What was the true intention of her plan to gather the fishermen in one location and see how the ranker would act? So essentially, they were trying to
I think Anak was on Team A because she was with. Because remember when they dropped, he told her to keep running, but the ranker had fell, and he had that little box thing. I think she had. I really think she was on Team A.
You might be right.
And then they were on Team B because it was in Dorsey, Bomb, Rachel, Ho, the other short-haired brunette chick. Those the green dude, what was his name? I was gonna call him the name.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Rock was calling him some shit.
Yeah, it was fucking his name.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Fake ass Piccolo ass nigga that ain't worth shit either.
Yeah,
bitch ass nigga.
Yeah, but regardless if they're on the same team, moving on. Essentially, what happens in episode 9 is, what's the nigga name? The horn nigga. Anyway, he's an ogre. That nigga. Anyway, he's on. Oh yeah, Ho. He was a hoe. So essentially, what he does in order to like try to just save himself and what he tries to do in order to knock Bam out of the competition, even though they're on the same team in this particular moment, he sneaks up behind Rachel and puts a knife, to her neck and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill Rachel so that way you'll drop out." Because he realized that the only reason that Bomb is in the whole Tower of God competition is to help Rachel and get to Rachel and help her to the top. So he takes Rachel hostage, but has a knife at her throat. And I'm trying to think Bomb did this little thing that almost like essentially paralyzed his old boy, but at the last second, he fucking like stabs Rachel in the back type shit with this fucking knife, and Rachel looks like she's done for, like she's bleeding out and everything. Yeah. So that happens, and so Rachel's bleeding out, and then somebody else got hurt then too. I can't remember who else it was. But anyway, Rachel gets hurt, and they killed, what's his name? Who killed old boy that stabbed Rachel?
He killed himself.
He did kill himself. So yeah, he ended up getting paralyzed, and he uses like his last bit of strength to put a knife in his own heart or whatever, and kills himself. Yeah, so old boy's done for. Rachel looks like she's fucking paralyzed because they flipped to her in the hospital, and she's like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to walk no more. Or the bomb says, yeah, she's not gonna be able to walk no more. She's done. And so essentially they tried to get Rachel out of the competition because essentially at this point she can't walk and she can't move up the tower. So what Bomb does, Bomb says, you know what? This is where it kind of got confusing for me. He makes a deal with his own like spirit, the administrator spirit or whatever. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's episode 11, huh?
Kind of, sort of. No, episode 11. Yeah, no. Episode 11 was the fucking that episode. Episode 10 is when they're getting ready for that episode. So okay. He makes a deal. Essentially, Bomb makes a deal, and he makes a deal with the director of the Tower of God, and it was like, look, I want to help Rachel move up, and I can change the rules because I'm going to challenge to be an administrator. So they do an administrator challenge, which only Bomb has to do and pass in order for him to, like, I guess, change the rules or some shit.
Right, because Kong was the one who mentioned it because he got the information from the tall, what's his name, Lero?
Yeah.
And so I guess when they realized, that's when they found out that, or I guess that's when everybody else found out that Bomb wasn't irregular.
Yeah. So yeah, they do this they're setting up for this challenge now. So that Rachel can continue to move up the Tower of God. Bomb, pretty much puts himself on the line and have to do this weird test. It's an extremely hard test where they have to essentially stay in this bubble and let these what were they, fucking dolphins or seals or some shit?
What they call them? Was it wet dolphins or dolphins?
Whatever the fuck they were some fucking creatures, and they basically, the rules were for them to be in this bubble and they have to like slowly drift up until some weird thing scoops them up and spits them out on dry land. And then if they do that without being eaten or whatever, the test passed. And so all the other competitors like literally volunteered to help in order to keep Bomb in the competition. So that's how much everybody like Bomb. They doing shit that they don't have to fucking do to keep him in the competition. And so they all team up to help Bomb during this thing. And there's this monster called the bully or bull or some shit like that. Yeah. And Dorsey and Anak end up double teaming to beat the bull. One of Jashad's fucking, what the fuck was he?
That little great thing. I don't know what the fuck he was.
Anyway, one of Jashad's minions comes in and tries to like essentially kill Anak. And even though Anak and Dorsey was beefed out the entire show, they finally like come together and like try to double team and beat him, and they end up losing. And so out of nowhere, Yuri pulls up and like puts, old boy, the little minion, in his place and ends up killing him, I think. And so everything's going well. Kun and the other ones, they do their objective on dry land. Anak, Yuri, and Dorsey all do their shit below the sea level. So everything's cool, like everything's perfect. And Bomb is talking to Rachel, was like, yeah, we about to win. We about to, let you keep climbing the tower and everything. Rachel's in her like this little wheelchair shit. She can't walk, and supposedly, and shit, and shit's dope. Like, so Bomb is happy. They're in this little air bubble and they're floating up and they're about to win and it's about to be over with. Rachel, this evil bitch, ends up standing up, apparently faking her handicapness, stands up and literally pushes Bomb out of the fucking bubble, and he like just floats down to the bottom of the sea. And I'm like, nigga, So I've been seeing "fuck Rachel" online all week, and I never knew what they were talking about. Now I realize now what the fuck they was talking about. Why it's "fuck Rachel" for life.
This is for Rachel, 13. You big fat white nasty smelling fat.
This is for Rachel.
I am so dead. And then episode 13 is basically her point of view and perspective on like why she wants to go to the tower. I went to kind of a run through of everything in her eyes of, you know, trying to get to her goal. Yes. And she was hating on Bomb. That's what it was jealousy. She was really hating on that nigga the whole time. Like, she was really mad that he was the chosen one and she wasn't. Like, that's really what it boiled down to. Envy and jealousy. And all he did was
this is for Rachel, you big fat white nasty smelling fat bitch.
Oh, so
it's fuck Rachel for life.
Cone's brother, I guess that was his brother that popped up.
Oh yeah, his brother did pop up at the end of it. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's so much stuff
that's
that
gonna be some
have
shit
to touch on. Yeah, because it was so much shit. He just randomly popped up and said something and then left. But Rachel, honey, no. Then, you know, her ass get thrown out and everybody's like, where's Bomb? Where's Bomb? And she's trying to act like she don't fucking know. And he just but my nigga Bomb a real one. And before I get to that the red-haired lady, which I guess she was a navigator. I guess they called her a navigator. That was actually like telling Rachel in so many words what she needed to do to be able to reach her goal. So I don't know if these people were trying to be against Bomb, because initially it was like from Rachel's perspective, she was telling her, I forgot what she said exactly. I guess she was like, you need to find a way to get him out of the competition, basically, which is almost like she set up everything played out for like Ho to stab her and for Bomb to actually stick up for her. And, you know, she was able to kind of go through with this plan to try to get to the top of the tower, because at this point she was going to be the star.
Mm-hmm.
But at the very end, we see Bomb with a bubble around him, and the navigator's like, the star always shines bright. And she's like, you know, what, you know, you gonna get up, you gonna start training. He was like, where's Rachel? And she's like, you really gonna ask about her after what she did to you? And then it came, because he was like, what happened? Where's Rachel? And then it flashed back and he was like, Rachel pushed me. She was like, yeah. And she's like, I can train you so you can get to, because if you want the answers, which everything's at the top of the tower, train, I'll help you. And I felt like he still wanted to be like, I want to help Rachel. Like, it was in his.
No.
You didn't feel like that was coming? Like when he
that
was
like,
he
probably don't want to. He probably want to know why, but
right. I think he was getting ready to say something, but I felt like it was a switch, and he turned into a totally different person. I felt it. I was like, He seemed like he was tougher, and he was like, I'm gonna decide for myself. I'm gonna get the answers that I want. And she was like, say less, homie.
My nigga let his hair grow. He was like, yeah, I'm with the shits now.
Yeah, cause that flash forward. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness, I was like, yes.
I'm assuming there's some sort of time skip coming.
I was just gonna say it must be some type of time skip, because
my nigga had the fucking long ass fucking Inuyasha hair type shit going.
Yes, he did. I was that first season, it was really good. I can see why people have enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I wish I would have binged it. Instead of which I did in the end. In the end, I did the last couple episodes, and I'm like, okay, I think it's one of those that I felt like was better to just watch and you know, figure out. I think it was I like the art style, and the animation was really good.
Art style was definitely unique.
Very much so. And like you were saying earlier, all the characters are unique. Everybody looks different. They're different colors, different shapes, different heights. Some have horns, some of them have 4 eyes, some of them had tails, some of them looked like what we would consider a normal human. Like, I mean, they
some
were
of them
all
like Rock, the big fucking dinosaur,
animals and shit. Like, you know, they all were together. I think everybody I feel like we seen character development. Bomb had a really good character development. I feel like Rock, I mean, he went from wanting to kill them to actually like them, like I fuck with them. So
and he was concerned about Bomb's health and shit like that. Yeah.
Cone same way. I think everybody has some pretty good character growth for the most part. Bomb, what I did, he picked up on stuff fast. They really don't know, like that ranker knows, those administrators know that what that nigga's capable of, and I think Khan knows, but the rest of them don't actually know. Rachel ended up figuring it out too, but a lot of them really don't know what that nigga can really do, because that ranker showed him that paralyzation thing, and literally he did it like that, and then he perfected it the second time he did it, which was within like the same 5 minutes, and that ranker was like, okay. So Bomb is really cold, and hopefully with this time skippers training, I don't know if he's gonna train with that navigator lady, but if he does and he learns how to like tap into all
that power he got.
Because he does not know what he has. And Rachel, being the hating ass bitch she is, like,
you treacherous freckled blonde bitch.
That shit is so foul, bro. She really pushed that nigga after he did, and then got up and was laughing, looking out the window, and then everybody's like, well, we know this what Bomb would have wanted, so we're gonna help her get to the top. Even though he knows, because that comment he made to her, he was like, I wish I would have met Bomb before you did. He knows that something ain't right about her, and it's been not right about her from day one. So I hope that I hope it don't take too long for Bomb to pop back up in the picture and everybody be like, Bomb, you're still alive, what the hell? And then they be looking at her stupid.
Yeah, he pull up on her, I'm back, bitch.
She is so trash. But see, I hate to say it, but that's what happens when you start simping. It is. That nigga was simping. And the first time, he jumped off the damn throne and damn near lost. They did, I guess, lose the match, but they stayed in it. And then you do it a second time, you damn near could have lost your opportunity because you want her to get her opportunity. And this whole time, she was really plotting against your ass. And can you imagine you just floating down to the bottom? I was crying because at the end of episode 12, you just see him just floating down.
You see that floating down.
He just steady going down like.
I started to say that's what you get, simp ass nigga, but he don't know no better.
I was like, bro, I hope this nigga learn, bro. I was like, if he lived through this, I hope he learned these hoes ain't loyal. Because if he didn't learn that, then he gonna have a sad, long trip to the top of that damn tower.
In conclusion, women are trash. And Nae said, yeah, well, honestly, hey, women are trash. Women are trash, and do not simp over fucking women that you barely fucking know. We honestly don't know how long they've known each other, but they don't really go into detail on how they get into this cave and how hard they know each other. But
right, that's another thing I was gonna say. We need to really see, like, I need to see some more background, because at this point I'm guessing he's in love with her and not just like looking out for her as like a parental figure or a big sister. It's like
Rachel is the most basic bitch on that show, and Dorsey look better, Yuri look better. Like, he got options, and they already think this nigga handsome. Even the fucking Black March think this nigga handsome. So it's like, bro, you ain't gotta fucking worry about this fucking
after
Schrader ass freckled fucking blonde bitch.
My thing is, my damn my antennas would have went up when she lied, when she lied to Coon. That's Rachel. Yeah, she was like, that's right. He was like, that's Rachel, and then Coon was like, no, that ain't her. forget about her. That girl's name is Michelle.
She went by like Michelle Light or some shit.
Yeah, Michelle. And then bitch, and you still came back out and said who you was. Like, why you lie? Like that right there, I was like, come on, bro. Use your brain. Use your common sense. Use your common sense. Like, bruh, come on, dog. Like that, I was like, this nigga is really in love with this hoe, bro. Like, cause you just don't even care. Cause I would have been like, man, then why did you lie? Why are you like, why didn't you want me to know that it was really you? That don't sound right. And why is you creeping around this bitch like this? Like trying to be incognito and shit. Like that and then that the other person that passed with Rock, he was like her protector and shit.
Yeah, he just fucking disappeared.
Yeah.
We never saw the nigga again.
He got up out the room and then that was it. So I'm like, okay, and then in her point of view episode, which was episode 13, it explains that he was supposed to protect her, some shit like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, where did he go? Yeah, well,
why hasn't he returned?
Yeah, why did he abruptly get up? Like during that, did he think you were really about to die? Like if this was all part of the plan, like it was just a lot. And I will say I am impressed with the questions that they left us with because they're good questions. They're not like dumbass, like, oh my gosh, this is like, I'm actually questioning, trying to understand the actual storyline. Right. Just trying, like, you left me enough to be like, okay, I don't know what's gonna happen next, because like, what happened to this person? Like, why did they do this? And like, what's gonna happen to Bomb? And then that looked like a little flash forward.
I might have to like just read a little bit of the webtoon. Yeah, just get the gist of what. Like, I just want to see if Bomb gonna be that nigga like from the start of the show, or they gonna build up to him being that nigga. Like, I had to see how it's gonna go.
This nigga's soft, bro. Like, I hope people realize simping after bitches that will lie to you never turns out well. Never turns out well.
Fucking treachery.
Yes, and his red flag should have came up when she lied about who she was the first time, and then all of a sudden she's really Rachel. And you steady.
This is for Rachel, you big fat white nasty smelling fat bitch.
That clip will never get old. I really couldn't believe she got her ass up. You should have seen my mouth drop. I'm like, this bitch stood up.
Like, I knew she was gonna do some treacherous shit, but like I had to see it for myself. Like, I had to see the context. And everybody was like, fuck Rachel on the timeline. I was like, bro, what did she do to this nigga Bomb for everybody on the timeline to be like, fuck Rachel?
Right. I didn't think it was to that. I honestly thought it was gonna be something like, I don't love, she hurt him with words, or I didn't think she was really trying to end this nigga. That was not where I thought that was going. That threw me off.
Yeah, she completely was like, fuck that nigga.
Yes, she was. But in her standing up, that shit, that was like when the goddamn grandpa Watchmen got up. I was like,
fucking Will.
When Will got up, I'm like, nigga, you 100-some years old. How did you get up? I was like, that was kind of the shock factor. I got like, oh, bitch, I thought you got stabbed me up, but you had his ass pushing you around? And you just sitting there and you just playing all this stuff. You laughing in your head because you know what's finna happen. And he was completely like,
all he wanted to do is fucking do everything for her ass. And he got his ass fucking pushed off a fucking left to die. Like, bro.
Right. And right now, since they didn't find the body, everybody assumes he's dead.
Yep.
So literally the only people that know he's alive, and he knows he's alive, and that navigator lady.
Yeah.
Which I'm wondering if she's going to say something and where he's at, because my assumption is they're still in the tower somewhere.
They're somewhere in the tower, yeah.
So is he at like the very, very fucking bottom?
First off, this tower is humongous, because just like, even if you think about the second level, think about how big that fucking area they was, where all 400 of them were trying to fight each other. Like, bro, that hoe is humongous. Like,
that ain't even the area that they did the last test in. Which is not even the area that they was sleeping and working out and shit.
It's damn near like every level is like another dimension type shit. Like,
yes,
it's unlimited space.
I want to see it is a lot. It is some questions I have. Like I said, they're good questions, and it's not me really questioning the storyline and stuff. Like how we did the Cannon Busters review, I felt like at the end of that, we questioned a lot about the characters themselves and like what we watched and like where they were going, and we were kind of like, I don't know. But this, like I said, I have like good questions, healthy questions that like I would be willing to read the webtoon on to kind of get fulfilled.
So what do you give Tower of God in its first season?
The first season,
scale of 1 to 10, and you can use points if you need to. You can use decimals if you need to. You pulling up my any list?
Yeah. So I gave it a solid 8.
Okay.
I gave it a solid 8. I think initially before, so let me be honest. So before I watched episode 13, even though I was like, damn, fuck this bitch, I had really gave it like a 7.5. I was like, it was cool. I enjoyed it. But when I watched episode 13 and I got to see, I really liked watching her point of view. Although it wasn't right. She
right.
In the head. It was nice to actually see like, okay, we just seen it like, damn, she pushed this
like,
nigga
why
off.
are you a bitch?
Yes, and so it was like, okay, you're still a bitch, but at least we got to see what came, like, what of the steps and the events that played up to you pushing him and you being a bitch and me not liking you even more because you a hating ass bitch at that.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just a bitch, you a hating ass, jealous
treacherous
ass bitch,
hating ass bitch.
That for a nigga that really fuck with you, like that shit is like really like wow. So that episode right there literally gave that half point for me to give it a full 8, like, because I was like that. Her whole mindset on shit, and like I said, it was nice because this whole time she just been creeping around. We still don't know a ton about her, but to just see her perspective in that one episode, they were able to like write that shit and make it like flow, and we got it all in that 20 minutes, like boom. It was good. It really was. So what did you give it?
I gave it an 8.3. I definitely enjoyed it. And so, yeah, I think we're right there on the same page and everything. So, yeah, I think I had it a little bit lower, like I said, just like you did. And then those last 2 episodes, I was like, all right, I see what y'all are doing and I see where y'all are going with this. So I fuck with it. So, right. Yeah. I was excited. Right. Yeah. Definitely. And I really enjoyed them. Like you said earlier, getting to the shits, like there's no bullshit episodes.
The
like
pacing was really
the pacing
good.
was like pacing actually was kind of fast, but it wasn't fast to the point where it was too fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you said, they just got to the shit. It really wasn't no point of trying to stretch it out, because that's what, when they got to that Team A and Team B shit, honestly, I was like, damn, this probably gonna take us through the rest of the 13 episodes. Only because, you know, when we watch other animes, sometimes, you know, you might see something like Team A might take 2 episodes. You know, we see fights and stuff take 2 or 3 episodes and vice versa. So I was kind of like, damn, this might take us to episode 12. And then we get to 13, like, what's next? So I wasn't actually even expecting like Team A and Team B to get like boom, boom. And us
right.
So like the pacing was really good. That OP, nigga, I be in there.
Yeah, dun, 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 dun. Yeah, and they got the Japanese version and the English version. Yeah, that yeah.
Oh, I ain't heard the English version.
The English version go, yeah.
Never let you go.
Yeah, never let you go, never let you go. Yeah, no, that shit hard too.
That shit is hard. And then at the end we're like,
yeah,
I'm like,
the little fucking dubstep. Yeah, the little fucking yeah. That intro hard. I ain't gonna lie.
That intro is hard. I can't really complain. I really like how different everybody looks. That was very impressive to me as well, because I mean, literally, like you said, Bomb and Rachel to me are the most basic, and maybe that short nigga, the administrator. I mean,
oh yeah,
the blonde, I
the
mean,
blonde
kinda,
dude.
Yeah, but outside of them, I feel like everybody was so unique that you can like describe them and you're like, oh, I know who you're talking about. Like, oh yeah, because she looked like this. She had one horn. Like, she had a tail. He was black with 4 eyes. Oh, he was, or it was like they were very, 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 very unique, and I really like that. Definitely like that.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a Tower of Simp review. So
that nigga is definitely a simp, and I don't want to hear nobody. I mean, I feel like there should be no objections to that. Honestly, like I think we could all agree the nigga was simping.
everybody should agree with that. It's that's you don't let yourself get put in a position like that for you to end up the way you did, but story. So
I mean, the only thing I give him a little bit is in my head, because I did the same thing when I seen it and my mouth dropped too. Bitch, you could get up, because I could imagine I would probably be relaxed too. I done beat the bull and shit. Bitch, I said I was gonna save you, my nigga. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then you stood up. Bitch, I didn't know you could stand up. And you actually pushed me. So on top of you standing up, and I didn't know you could do that, you pushed me out the bubble. That's fucked up. But I know I probably would have been a tad bit relaxed because you pushed me. Like, you got up. I promise you. I was more shocked that she got up than when she pushed him. Like, I was shocked altogether because it happened so fast. But I was like, this bitch can walk. Wow. How the fuck did you get stabbed in your back and you got up?
Treacherous.
And stood up?
Treacherous.
And they some hoes at the damn clinic, nursery, whatever you want to call it, hospital. Like, y'all, why y'all letting her? Y'all have X-ray, like y'all didn't, like, come on, bro. Like, I could not believe this bitch stood up, and she's still faking this whack ass shit. I'm just waiting for somebody to bust in her room and she's standing up. I'm just waiting on it. Or somebody push her out her fucking wheelchair and her legs start moving or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bruh.
Season 2 gonna be some shit. So we gonna see it. We gonna see what's gonna happen. So, there's our Tower of Simp review, and with that being said, it's fuck Rachel for life.
No, really, I see why Mike Check named they episode Duck Rachel, because I was like, damn, let's be talking about the Tower God.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm gonna have to wait to listen to they episode until I finish it.
I listened to it, like, once I finally finished it, I listened to it. I was like, thank God, because oh, that's another thing I forgot to say. I watched. I did watch Gleipnir, and I meant to fucking talk about Gleipnir, but whatever. We'll talk about that next week because this is the finale on Sunday. But yeah, I did listen to their episode, and they definitely spot on articulated everybody's feelings in this. So they at that point when they recorded the episode, they saw the fucking Rachel betrayal episode, so they hadn't seen episode 13 yet.
Oh, they hadn't even seen her. Oh,
yeah, shit. On this last episode, because episode 13 dropped on Wednesday. The podcast dropped on Tuesday. Yeah, so they never. So they just saw it just this week, just like we did. So, but they were spot on with this fucking treachery that Rachel pulled. So it's
what did they rate it?
Huh?
Did they do like a full on?
Oh no! They just talked about it.
They just talked about it.
They actually,
they're scared.
Yeah, they actually reviewed Gangsta. That was what they reviewed. Oh. But they talked about some other stuff like Tower of God and everything. But they reviewed Gangsta, which they made me want to watch it. But I like one anime podcast that I listened to that I respect said it was trash, and on the other end, Polo and Tail liked Gangsta, but it's
Rick they likes it too.
Yeah, they didn't make it seem like it was like a perfect anime. You have to watch, but yeah, I don't know. I might pick it up. I have to see.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah, yeah. I've been seeing it on Hulu and been ignoring it ever since. But we'll fucking see anyway. Yeah. I think it's Secret Tower God. So I did want to say there's an anime called So I'm a Spider. So What? It's coming in January 2021, and I think it's gonna have 2 seasons that are gonna drop at the same time. If I read that correctly, I don't know. Yeah, so it actually looks really good. Like if you go look at the trailer for this shit, it's an isekai, and homeboy like literally wakes up as a fucking spider creature, and he's fighting off other shit and everything. So it actually looks pretty good. So I'm actually excited for that. But that's way down the road in 2021. So we'll see where we're at for that. Anime recommendations this week. Nae, you got anything you want to announce? Any shout outs or anything like that this week?
Shout out to the first time and last time listeners. Shout out to our regulars. We love you guys. Thank you guys for the recommendations that you guys give us, because like I said, this year I have really stepped out of my comfort zone, and I've picked up some of the recommendations, especially that aren't in the exact genre that I usually go for, and I've enjoyed them. So I appreciate that from you guys, like so much. And I know me and Mikey, we're talking about trying to do review episodes a little bit more often. So if you guys have any, we're gonna be honest, shorter ones. No, I would say 24 episodes is our max. I say
24 is the most, for sure. 12 is ideal.
It'd be nice to be 12. Yes, I was going to say really a one and done kind of thing, but 24 at the max. If there's one that you guys want us to really like watch and us review, we'll definitely do that. I'm going to get with Mikey, because I definitely like, shout out to the homies at Mike Check Waifu. When I say I love their rating scale, I absolutely love their rating scale, and I would love for us, not steal theirs of course, but like come up with some type of review, maybe like questions that when we finish it, like that we can like how we were kind of asking each other, but having maybe a little bit more uniform when we do our review.
We can work something out. Me and you were talking, we'll figure out some kind of some way we can do it and everything. So I want to have it, of course, be unique to our show. So
to us, definitely. But since this would technically be the review for June, we can definitely have one for July. So you guys, maybe we can do, ask the timeline, ask the group. You guys throw some out there. Me and Mikey will narrow it down to like maybe 2 or 3, and then do a poll. And then once we get the results back from the poll, we can, go from there.
I actually asked this question a long time ago, and we had a lot of answers. Let me see. Yeah, I actually asked back in October last year. I said, "What's a short anime for y'all want us to review?" And I can read off a few of these. Let's see. Of course, Britt said Banana Fish, Summer Ward. Sensei says Charlotte. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Charlotte's Web?
No, Nay. Your Lie in April. Matt said Konosuba. Somebody said for us to do a certain scientific railgun, and then also K-On. Let me see. Somebody said Twin Star Exorcist, which I know is like 50 episodes, so that's already out. S. Cry Ed, Blood Blockade, Battlefront, Rising of the Shield Hero, we already seen. Ushio and Tora, Megalobox.
That's on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Date Alive, and then Angel Beats, which I've already seen, and I'm not watching that again. Elfin Lead, Air Gear, which I've already seen. Nate needs to watch Air Gear, but she's good right now. Dororo, which we already watched. Gurren Lagann, or Gurren Lagann, however you pronounce that.
Gurren Lagann.
Seven Seas, Inuyashiki.
Seven Seas. I seen Inuyashiki. That actually would have been a good one. I want to say, those are some good ones. I know since I watched Banana Fish recently, if we find one both of us haven't seen just yet, that'll be really ideal. Like I said, there's
nothing on here that I'm just like dying to see on here. Most of these on here, one of us has either seen one or the other or both. So,
which is good.
Yeah, like like 7 seasons on here. I know you've seen one.
Season 2 was ass, bro. I couldn't get through episode.
That's why I haven't watched it yet because you said it was ass. I've seen season 1. Yeah, I just haven't seen season 2.
I need to put that. That's one I need to. People be asking what's a badass anime. I be saying to the Abandoned Sacred Beast, Last Hope, and 7 Seas season 2. That shit was not okay.
It was that bad. That's crazy.
Them 2 episodes was ass.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll ask this question again so we can get some updated answers. It's not gonna be no more than 24 episodes though, because
definitely, because it's gonna take us. I mean, we got shit going on. Hell,
100%. I don't be having free time like that.
Right, and mine will be limited here once
once you back at the job and everything, and the new job,
So it definitely has to be something that we can watch and get done. So like, no One Piece, no. Don't ask us to watch that. We already trying to watch that shit, bro.
Barely.
Chad asked me if I watched it. He be asking me every day, I guess, to see if my answer gonna change. He's like, have you picked back up on One Piece? I'm like, no, nigga, I'm on the same fight with Luffy and that Butler nigga. I ain't touched that shit.
See, you can't even uppercut Chad because he too fucking tall.
I can't reach it if I try. This nigga's a One Piece stand.
You gotta wait till he's asleep and just like deck him in his chin.
This nigga be really liking One Piece. I can't wait till you see Whitebeard. That
nigga don't even have a beard. He got a mustache. It's weird. Anyway, as far as recommendations goes this week, Nae definitely recommends Banana Fish to everybody. Yeah, Nae recommends Banana Fish. I recommend Inspector. Now, I also said for a throwback, Desert Punk. So if you like action and ecchi, it's for you. So Desert Punk for sure. Nay, I don't think you would. I don't think you in particular would like it, but for everybody that likes ecchi and action,
okay, because the ecchi, I'm trying. Like, I feel like Scum's Wish was super. I mean, it wasn't. It was ecchi, but it didn't like cross the. It did kind of cross the line, but it wasn't unbearable, I should say. I guess I got through it and I was like, "Ooh, this is." I think that's about as ecchi as I can get. So.
Yeah, you actually had them actually having relations and stuff like that. There's no sex going on in Desert Punk.
Okay, now I can watch it definitely for sure.
Yeah, that's basically Desert Punk is basically like a post-apocalyptic world, and it's like basically the whole world is like a desert, and the main character they call him Desert Punk, and he's like low-key really good at maneuvering and shit in the desert, and he gets fucking tricked by this busty ass girl named, what was her name? Junko? What the fuck was her name? It started with a J. Juro something. Anyway. And the story basically goes, it's 24 episodes of him chasing her down and going through other little adventures and shit in the desert. But it's pretty funny, and it's definitely, like I said, there's no actual showing of the titties, but they're out there and they jiggle.
Right. Oh boy, they be doing too much, bro.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Bad.
I think it came out like 2004, so it's a little bit older, but yeah.
Actually old now. God.
Yeah,
okay.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, so that's this week's episode. I don't think we really had too much else. I did want to also shout out again to Scuba Steve's daughter.
Yes, you're famous, girl.
You're my favorite listener out of everybody. So,
this is true.
I gotta ask Scuba Steve, make sure you tell us her name. So I actually don't stop calling her Scuba Steve's daughter. Yeah, so I want to say her name next time on the episode. But shout out to Scuba Steve's daughter again. The Screw Skirts will always be dedicated for you.
Yes, I seen that the little video too. I was like, okay.
Yeah. So shout out to her. So yeah, real quick before we go.
This is for Rachel, you big fat white nasty smelling fat bitch.
We just had to make sure we get that out the way one more time. Rachel is fuck Rachel for life.
That's no cap.
100%. And and on that note, make sure don't forget to wash your hands, wash your ass, and watch anime. And to Scuba Steve's daughter. Screw.
Nuggets with the sauce, with the sauce, with the sauce, with the sauce.
That was a good one. Oh, I like how you faded out.